I love baseball.
Baseball, baseball.
94.5 The Peak presents Wasatch HS Baseball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. This broadcast is powered by Guild Mortgage, Dairy King, CarQuest Auto Parts, Physical at the Fit Stop, Wasatch Back Flooring, Napa Wasatch Auto Parts, Heber City Point S, Dorius Dental, and Bank of Utah.
Baseball.
The guy on first.
Who?
The first base. Who? The guy playing
Who
first.
is on first?
I'm asking you.
Now let's go live to the Diamond for play-by-play coverage of Wasatch HS Baseball on 94.5 The Peak.
Well, welcome back to the ballpark once again, and we are in Stansbury High School for Game 3 of the three-game series in the first round of the state tournament. Wasatch dropped the first one 2-0, but then won the second one 6-4 in dramatic fashion, scoring 6 runs in the top of the 7th, and then Gage Sheesh was lights out. 3 straight scoreless innings for Gage to close that one out, and Wasatch forces the decisive Game 3.
Yeah, Ty, this is fun stuff. State tournament baseball, you've got a win or go home game coming up for these two teams. And Wasatch has one of their better pitchers left in Blake Sweat. Got to like the chances here for the Was.
Blake comes in, 15 and a third innings pitched and a 5.48 ERA. Both teams adjusting their lineups a little bit. Trent Jones will lead it off for Stansbury. 2 for 6 in the series with a strikeout. He'll take ball 1. Swing and a miss at strike 1. 1-1 now the count. Ty, take us around the diamond for the defensive starters for the Wasps.
Well, Ty, starting on the mound will be Blake Sweat, throwing to sophomore Landon Carter. Your infield is going to be Chett Wilson at third base, Carter Bucad at short.
Curveball is going to be swung on, elevated to right field. Max Walkder will settle underneath it. He's played good out there in right, and he makes another play. 1 away here in the top of the first.
Continuing on through the infield, Tyler, at second base will be Ashton Gurney. If you're just joining us, this is unfortunate news, but Gurney has played well, Tyler. Alex Gutierrez, your normal 3-hitter and starting second baseman, out with a broken wrist for the rest of the year. Cole Zimmerman going to get the start at first, and right is Max Walker. Center crew Erickson, and left Tragan Shaw.
That one misses just outside for ball 1 to the number 2 hitter, Patch. He's been hitting in the number 3 spot, 3 for 7, including 2 hits in the last game. Also scored in the last game playing he'll be playing third base. Does he get the outside corner there? No.
It's a new umpire, Tyler. Going to be a new zone here, so Wasatch has to figure out where that zone is, too.
2-0 here to the third baseman, hitting on the left-hand side. Goes back with the fastball. That one's in there for a strike. Moves count to 2-1.
Yeah, and early returns, Ty, we're only 6 pitches in, but early returns is this umpire. He's going to want the ball in play. Going to want these teams to play some baseball. You got to throw strikes here. And the ball should be in play with this zone.
And that one's going to be swung on, elevated to left field. Now we'll drop in front of the left fielder, Tragan Shaw, for our first hit of Game 3. Wasatch won the coin toss. They are the designated home team. So Stansbury, even though playing at home, is the visiting team. Similar to what we saw last year down at Cottonwood High School.
Former leadoff hitter, now turned 3-hitter, Ty. And it's an interesting switch because Jones and Patch have been the guys that get on base for you the most consistently, and so you want to get them on and then be able to maybe move them around with a guy that can bunt or a good contact guy here.
He was 0 for 4 in Game 1, 2 for 6 in the series. Miss outside on the off-speed is Sweat, who's working out of the stretch for the first time today. Runner on first is Patch, the third baseman. Reaches base for the fourth time in the series. Matthews sets in the box, swung on. This one's going to be elevated to shallow right field. Walker's going to have to run a little bit further for this one, but makes the catch again. 2 away here in the top of the first.
Good start here for Blake, Ty. Throwing it over the zone, letting the defense go get it for you.
He's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, Ethan Wayman, 2 for 6 in the series with a run scored. He hits from the left-hand side, was the winning pitcher in Game 1 through a complete game shutout, giving up 6 hits and striking out 9. 2 away here in the top of the first. It's the grudge match between these two schools. Stansbury winning Game 1, Wasatch winning Game 2. Ball low, 1-0 the count. A couple of other scores from around the state. Springville forces a decisive Game 3 against Maple Mountain, winning that one 3-1. And Spanish Fork trying to close out Park City, currently leading 3-1 in that one.
Yeah, Springville trying to make some noise, sneaking into the tournament. Tyler added a late game to ensure they were in the top 24 in the RPI, and now giving a top 10 team in Maple Mountain a run.
2-0 the count here to Wayman. Wasatch did it on the back of Max Walkder, who had the double off the wall in the top of the 7th that ended up scoring Gurney all the way from first base. And then Crew Erickson with the sacrifice fly brought in the insurance run. 3-0 the count now to Wayman.
Hey, we got 2. Let's go. Here we go, Blake.
Did big deep breath here from Wayman. See if he gets the green light on a 3-0. Sweat comes set. Delivers the 3-0. That one's in there for a strike. Move the count to 3-1.
Ty, state tournament baseball becomes so much about pitching depth, and you're going to start seeing this 3 games in 2 days now. Just it comes down to who's got more pitchers, and so you do see teams get a little bit more patient here in games like this and take more pitches.
And that is going to be a ball. So that will be our first base on balls of the game.
Here we go, Blake.
This crew, now all 3 of them get the chance to be behind the dish. Same crew for all 3 games. And the other 2, safe to say that they were stingy on the strike zone compared to what we've seen this year. And early return so far is the same. Runners on first and second. And new hitter for me, Ty. First time. Oh, no, Dax Snacken. I have him down. He's 0 for 4 in the series with 3 walks.
Yeah, he's been playing second base the whole series here for the Stansbury Stallions.
Blake misses upstairs for ball 1. Pitcher today for Stansbury will be Brandon Bastian, who had the 2-out, 2 RBI double in game 1 in a pinch hit role. We'll now see him on the mound today for the Stallions. That one misses upstairs as well, so 2-0 count.
Blake having a hard time finding the release point the last few pitches, Ty. Hands staying back a little bit too far. He's releasing a little bit up, and his pitches are all missing high.
2-0 the count. 2 away. Wasatch trying to get out of the first. They gave up 2 in the first in game 1, gave up 4 in the fourth. And that's it. Stansbury's only scored in 2 innings today. 2-1 now the count. Blake working out of the stretch. 17 pitches so far here in the first inning. Sweat comes set, takes 1 long look, now a second long look, make it a 3rd look. Now delivers the 2-1 upstairs near the chin for ball 3. 3-1 now the count. Wasatch wearing their white bottoms and black tops today. Stansbury the same look but with their blues. 3-1 the count here to the number 5 hitter. Nacken in the box, still hitless in the series. The pitch, that one swung on and missed for strike 2. So that fills up the count. Runners will get a head start here with a full count and 2 outs.
Your best right here, Blake. Your best. Here we go.
Sweat back into the box, gets the sign. The payoff. Swung on, elevated to center field. Pushes Crew Erickson back. He settles underneath it. Fighting the sun. And did he make the grab? He does. No, I think it's down. They're going to say it's down, and so he loses it in the sun. 2 runs are going to come in on the sun ball. Tough break there for Wasatch, and they fall down 2-0.
Now batting for the Stallions, the catcher, number 27.
Rule that one,
Homer.
I guess, a hit there, Ty, but tough break. That's a routine fly ball, and just looked like Crew lost it in the sun. And that's going to make this score 2-0 early on in the ball game, similar to what we saw in game 1 of the series.
Well, the board has it as an error, as do I, Ty.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a killer. That is a killer to start this game. That is a routine fly ball, Ty. The sun just directly behind us. Caused some fits for Crew. And you could see it. He was having a hard time trying to get his hand up in front of it, but never felt comfortable with that one.
Blake is upstairs to Landon Palmer. He's 0 for 6, but did have a sacrifice fly in game 1 of the series. Seen a lot of pitches. Has had a good at-bats so far throughout this series. The 1-0, that one's in there for a strike. Move the count to 1-1. On deck will be the pitcher, Brandon Bastian. Catcher Palmer back in the box with the runner in scoring position. It's a 1-1 count with the runner on second. 2-0 the score for Stansbury. Goes back to the curveball, misses low. Oh! Calls it a strike, and that moves the count to 1-2.
Don't often see called strikes when the catcher goes to their knees to block it, Ty.
To block a pitch. Well, he makes it kind of tricky because it's a little bit of a delayed called strike, and I'm just going to stop guessing what's a called strike and what's not a strike.
That curveball does bite extremely hard from Blake.
The 1-2 goes back with the fastball, elevated to right field. Walker pushing over to his glove hand side, makes the grab. So Walker makes all 3 outs, but the damage is done. 2 runs come in on 1 hit, 1 error, 1 walk. And Wasatch trails 2-0 going into the bottom of the first.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah. Everyone here at Bank of Utah believes that we are an extension of our community. Not only do we craft banking solutions to help families and businesses in our area, we boost the community by proudly supporting local organizations like Wasatch High School. Because when our communities thrive, we all thrive. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience community banking at its best. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the first brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%. Ty, go through the batting order for the Wasps.
Well, Ty, there's going to be a little bit more of a change here in the batting order. Leading off will be Crew Erickson, Tyler, a familiar face, and he's had a great series. And then hitting in the second spot there will be Carter Bucad. Chett Wilson hitting 3. Landon Carter's going to move up to the 4 hole. Cole Zimmerman hitting 5. Tragan Shaw hitting 6. Sheesh 7. Gurney 8. And Max Walkder going 9.
Crew Erickson 4 for 7 in the series with a run scored and an RBI. He's going to swing at the first pitch, elevates this one to shallow center field. Center fielder comes up, makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the first with Stansbury leading 2-0. Carter Bucad 1 for 6, a couple of Ks and a double. Ran into his dad in the parking lot after, and I told him that he gets robbed more than anybody I know on the Wasatch lineup when it comes to called strikes and balls.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? They got Wayman in center today as well.
Oh,
just
sorry.
A little bit of a change out there.
Nice curveball in there for strike 1. Watching him in warm-ups, fastball, curveball, changeup. A little bit of some control issues. A couple of them, he looked like he was aiming at me. Misses with the second pitch. 1-1 now the count.
Yeah, it felt like we were to game 3 in 2 days, didn't it? With the pitcher warming up, balls flying all over the place. Doesn't look nearly as bad here once the game got started, though, Ty.
2-1 now the count. Back into the windup is Bastian. The pitch swung on, fouled off. 2-2 now the count. That's that changeup, Ty. And me and you both believe that changeup's just the most effective pitch if you can land it, even if you don't have an overwhelming fastball. If you can throw that changeup that looks similar, just gets the timing off.
Yeah, as far as high school is concerned, Ty, you're right. It is probably the toughest pitch for a high school hitter to face off against.
2-2 the count here with 1 away in the bottom of the first. Wasatch trailing 2-0. Goes back inside, and that one's going to be fouled off again, and we'll stay at a 2-2 count. Unless you're Tony Gwynn, Ty. That's what Greg Maddox said, is you can hit spots, but it's change of speed that really gets guys out unless you're Tony Gwynn, and you just can't get that guy out.
I think Tony said it, or Greg said it in a little more of a colorful way, didn't he?
Yes, he did. 2-2, goes upstairs, misses upstairs, 4-3. Fills up the count at 3-2. payoff pitch. And that one's going to be fouled off as well.
Good battle here from Carter, Tyler.
Carter's had good at-bats, only one hit, and it was in his first at-bat of the series, double to the left center field gap. Back at it with the 3-2, misses upstairs, and Carter reaches base with a walk.
So he's had a 9-pitch at-bat, now an 8-pitch at-bat today, seeing the ball well and being a problem for the pitchers on the mound. Both times he was able to draw a walk.
And was able to score on his walk that he had in the series.
Third baseman, number 5, Chett.
So now Chett Wilson will come up to the plate. He hitting in the 3 spot for the first time in this series, has been hitting in the 4. He's 2 for 5 with a run scored and a walk.
Ty Chett plays with Baston on his travel team, and so these two know each other pretty well. Be interesting to see how this goes facing off against each other.
2 seniors. That one's in the dirt. Palmer, who's done a great job at catcher for the Stallions, smothers it, and Bucad will stay at first base.
Go Cheddar.
1-0 the count with 1 out. Outfield playing pretty shallow. I should say Wayman playing pretty shallow. 1-1 the count. Wayman playing shallow in center.
The wind's blowing in pretty hard, Tyler, towards the hitters, and that could be a result why. Looking out at the flag in left field, swirling pretty hard towards Chett.
Pickoff move. Bucad has to take a step, then dives back, able to get back to the bag in time. Wayman, who's pitched and played first base, now playing center field. So I think Matthews is playing left field now for the Stallions. It's a 1-1 count. High leg kick. Delivers. Swung on. That one's roped to the second baseman. Bucad has to pause. Even with the pause, I think he's going to try to go to third. Wayman, the throw gets cut off by the shortstop, and Wasatch has runners on first and third with only 1 away.
It's a great barrel there from Chett, Tyler. It was pretty much right at the second baseman, but it was just too hard. Too hot to handle for him, I guess is the best way to phrase that.
Yeah, when you hit it that hard, sometimes life preservation goes into play, Ty, and you have to move out of the way a little bit to try to make the grab. Landon Carter now comes up. He's got 1 for 5 in the series. Did have an RBI up the middle in the 3-run fourth that Wasatch had in Game 2.
Well, Chett wins round 1 there between his travel ball teammate.
Pickoff move. Chett does have a stolen base in the series. Gets back to the bag easily. See if Wasatch can answer back after giving up 2 in the top of the first. Bastion comes set, high leg kick, delivers, runner goes, it's going to be inside, gets away from the catcher, not far enough to get the run in.
Did he just call that a strike,
called that
Tyler?
a strike.
Oh my goodness.
0-1 the count.
Bad enough that the catcher can't catch it, probably shouldn't be calling it a strike.
Runner will steal second, so our first Gravity Coalition stolen base, and now there's runners on second and third. And Stansbury's going to bring the infield in here. That one misses upstairs. 1-1 now the count.
Landon Carter looked baffled to see that ball called as a strike, Ty. See if he can reset his mind here a little bit, get in and get locked in.
Cole Zimmerman on deck. He's had himself a good series as well. The 1-1. That one's a curveball. It's going to be a high hopper. Shortstop fields it clean. Bucad does not go home, and they're able to get the out at first base. What a play by the shortstop. And both runners stay at second and third.
That's a great play, Ty. There's just no other way to say it. That's a great play from the shortstop. If you want to get really nitty-picky here, a high hopper like that, you could break immediately off of the bat, but only if you're planning on that, right? It's got to be an instantaneous break. Bucad didn't like the jump, and so he held himself up. Now Cole's got to get a big 2-out hit.
He's going to swing at the first one, elevates this one to right field. It's going back, and makes the play at the wall. Wasatch scores 0 on 1 hit and 1 walk and leaves 2 stranded on second and third. It's 2-0 as we go into the second.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley, and they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes, and you've just got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Top of the second inning brought to you by Wasatch Napa Auto Parts, your local Napa stocks auto parts, tools, equipment, and many other items. From heavy-duty trucks to marine and farming equipment, stop on in today at Wasatch Napa Auto Parts.
Well, Stansbury wins the first battle, Ty. They were able to produce 2, and it was unfortunate. They had runners on first and second, a full count, so both runners got a head start. Ball was elevated to center field, and Wasatch just couldn't come up with it because the ball floated into the sun. Both runs come in to score. Wasatch answered in a sense. They got runners on second and third with only 1 away and not able to produce a run. So it's 2-0 as we go into the top of the second. It'll be Brandon Bastian, the pitcher, Noah Nunley, and Easton Jones leading off for Stansbury. 7, 8, 9. Blake Sweat on the mound for the Wasps. Gave up 1 hit and 1 walk and the error in the bottom of the first. Misses outside for ball 1, 1-0 the count. Outfield today for the Wasps, Tragan Shaw, Crew Erickson, and Max Walkder in left to right. And does get the called strike on that one. 1-1 now the count.
I noticed your hesitation, Ty, pausing to see if it was going to actually be called.
It's like a buffering after a pitch. 2-1 now the count.
Here you go, Blake.
Blake working out of the windup with nobody on base to the leadoff guy. Brandon Bastian 1 for 2 with a double and 2 RBIs in game 2. He's going to swing at this one. It's going to be elevated to center field. Crew gets his hand up into the sun and makes the play. 1 away.
Good adjustment there from Crew, Ty. That sun's, it's a tough spot right now for balls hit to center field. That time ready for it, had the glove up to shield it.
He's going to bring him Noah Nunley playing outfield today. He's 1 for 5 in the series.
Noah Nunley.
Ty, just as a thought on that last play. That was a pretty good barrel from Cole Zimmerman. And Brecken Matthews is playing right field, who's your normal center fielder. So you got a really good outfielder out in there in right field.
I had the same thought, Ty. That adjustment to move and get a little more speed and athleticism out there paid off in a big way in the first inning for the Stallions.
1-0, now a swing and a miss at the bottom of the zone. Moves the count to 0-2. Nunley with 1 single back in game 1. Tries to go upstairs for the strikeout. Misses way upstairs. That's going to be ball 1. 1-2 now the count. The 1-2. Goes with the curveball. Goes up the middle. Bucad fields it cleanly. Throws it across the diamond. And he gets him at first for the second out of the inning.
Blake couldn't help himself but nearly committed the great sin of pitchers, Tyler, by reaching out and trying to grab that with your bare hand, your throwing hand, and disrupting what your middle infielder's doing behind you. Not to mention, you could hurt your throwing hand with that. Ball just outside of his reach, couldn't quite get to it. Bucad cleaned it up for him.
2 outs in games 2 and 3 today. Stansbury scoring all 6 of their runs with 2 outs. Misses upstairs. This is Easton Jones, the first baseman, also was the game 2 starter. Goes for a drag bunt attempt, misses outside. 2-0 now the count. Jones 1 for 4 in the series so far.
Coach Watkins trying to suggest that the batter never pulled back, Ty. He's not going to win that battle.
Get some help.
Coach Jacobson's going to come out and also call for some help as well. This
So Coach
umpire's not
Jacobson
sure he wants to get the help.
Coach Jacobson just asking the first base umpire if he went. And I'm going to tell you, that umpire at first base is not going to give
That's
Wasatch
not going to
call.
give that call. Yeah,
No,
that one's
let's
not
let's
coming.
just say that's not going to happen today. 2-0 the count. And he swings at this one. It's going to go into foul territory. 2-1 now the count.
Is there an unwritten rule here, Tyler, after that long that you'd be showing up your teammate in the umpire? And so the chances are not good that call is ever going to come for you in that situation.
2-1 the count here to Jones. Number 9 hitter, top of the order on deck. Goes with the curveball inside. Ball 3.
Here we go, Blake. Hey, we got 2 outs. Let's go, Wasatch. One more.
Softball in action across the way, Tyler. Curious if we can get an update on that one.
3-1, swung on. It's going to be another ground ball to Bucad. Bucad sits on it, fields it, throws it across the diamond, and Wasatch gets the physical therapy. 1-2-3, goose egg inning. 2-0 as we go into the bottom of the second.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process. And it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice. This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the second brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop, your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injuries. Have been proudly serving the Heber Valley for over 40 years. It'll be Tragan Shaw, Gage Sheesh, Ashton Gurney leading it off for the Was. Tragan 0 for 5 in the series. He's moved down to the number 6 spot. Ty, I like this spot for Tragan, moving him down the lineup a little bit, something we would like to do with guys that were struggling at the top. Ball 1 here. 1-0 the count.
Takes a little pressure off of him too, Ty.
Goes with the curveball. That one's in there for a strike. Moves the count to 1-1.
All right, well, now you've seen it, Tragan. There it is. Shouldn't surprise you next time it comes along.
And the 1-1. That one misses low. 4-2. 2-1 now the count. On the season, Bastian, like I said, 28 and 2/3 innings pitched. No, excuse me, 30 and 2/3 innings pitched. That one almost got me,
right
Ty.
in the grill. Tyler,
felt
that
it.
fence wasn't there.
30 and 2/3 innings pitched on the year, a 5.93 ERA, only 19 Ks. So he's not the strikeout guy. This is a guy with the wind blowing in. Just put it over the plate and see how far they can hit it. That'll be ball 3. 3-2 the count to the leadoff guy.
Well, you're exactly right, Ty. Just see how far they can hit it. And Cole Zimmerman almost hit it out of the yard, Ty, but almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, right? They were able to get an out, even though the ball was hit about 340.
Second walk of the game as Tragan Shaw looks at ball 4. And Wasatch has the leadoff guy on. They stranded runners on second and third with 1 out in the first inning. We'll see what they can do some step damage with the leadoff guy on. Gage Sheesh 1 for 5, including a triple over the center fielder's head in game 1.
Good speed from Tragan over there on first base as well.
Go Gage.
And that one misses outside for ball 1 to Gage. Gage comes in, hovering around 400.
Fastball right now, Ty. Really struggling with that.
Here we go, Gage.
Ashton Gurney on deck.
Stay hot, Gage.
Tragan, a pretty good lead over at first. We'll see if Wasatch gets aggressive. Gage squares to bunt and tries to place it down the first base side. Goes foul. 1-1 now the count.
I'm a little surprised on that one, Ty. Got a pitcher struggling to find the zone. Thought it might have been a fake and take. Coach Jacobson wanting to respond and tighten this one up. 2-0 deficit right now. Seeing if he can get Tragan into scoring position.
1-1 now the count. Pickoff move. Tragan gets back easily. No harm, no foul. Bastian circling, a senior for the Stallions. Second in innings pitched this year. 1-1 the count. The pitch. Gage squares again, and he's going to push it foul again. Now the count 1-2. Now he's going to have to battle with 2 strikes. Nobody out.
Ty, this is an unusual pitcher so far. I'll tell you, the early returns is he's only going to throw a breaking pitch for a strike. And you don't often go up looking for a breaking pitch. But right now it looks like that's probably what Wasatch wants to be looking for as far as swinging.
1-2, misses outside. Ball squirts away from the catcher, but Tragan will go back to first base. 2-2 the count. Sheesh back into the box. Low ball hitter. See if he can get something at the bottom of the zone. The 2-2. Runner goes. It's swung on. It's a rope to left field. And it's going to get by him. Tragan's shot was in motion. He's going to round third. He's going to try to score from first. The throw coming in is going to be overthrown. And Wasatch has their first run of the ball game on the RBI double from Gage Sheesh.
I'll tell you what, Gage Sheesh has sure stepped up this season, hasn't he, Ty? Big games. A couple times this year he's gone 3 for 3. State tournament, he's come up with some clutch hits there in game 2. Had a triple there that scored a big-time RBI in that one, and now an RBI to cut into the deficit in the decisive game 3.
Ashton Gurney.
That ball caught the left fielder off guard a little bit, Ty. It looked like he kind of jumped in and get a good read on it at all. Took a parallel path to it, and then by the time he got to where the ball landed, that was by him.
Well, and I think
Tragan had to stop at second to make sure that ball was down, still able to score from first.
I think it had the hook, too, Tyler. It had the spin where it would normally hook. It's into the wind, and I think it hooked harder than the left fielder was expecting and got by him. Kind of like a curveball going into left field on the left fielder.
Oh, Ashton Gurney's going to come up, and he'll take strike 1. 0 for 2 in the series, 3 walks and a hit by pitch. He reached base every time in game 2. Finally had the game, what ended up being the game-winning run in the top of the 7th. Take strike 1, 0-1 the count. Goes back to the off-speed. That one misses. Oh!
You don't like that one, do you, Ty?
It's a terrible call, Ty. I'm just going to say it how it is. Like, that is not a strike. When the catcher's picking it up off the dirt, it's not a strike. 0-2 the count.
Or even Landon Carter got one where he was blocking in the first inning, so we'll say it's even at this point.
Goes back to the off-speed. Gurney does wave at it to foul it off, and that's going to move the count 0-2. Or keeps the count at 0-2.
Seen a couple straight off-speed pitches here, Ty. 3 to start Gurney off.
If you're going to get that spot, just hit that spot every time with your curveball, and you're going to get a lot of outs. 0-2 the count. Nobody out. Wasatch with 1 run in. Now trail 2-1 with a runner on second after the double from Sheesh. 2-1. Goes back to the curveball. This one's elevated to left field. It's kind of in a tough spot. Wayman will call everybody off and make the play. 1 away.
A little item here, Tyler, but it is a little easier for Wayman to shield the sun, being a lefty out there. Based on the position, he's going to be able to reach his glove up and have a more natural motion to a ball that's going in the sun. And that could be the reason they've got him out there in center, Ty. A little home field advantage, strategic switch.
Well, here we go. Max Walkder comes up to the plate. He was the hero of game 1 after the double off the wall in the top of the 7th that brought in the game-winning run. Curveball, that one.
It's more of a strike than the other one you were complaining about, Ty.
I just need to, I'm usually okay at calling it, and I just got to pause a little bit. Ball 1, 1-0 the count. Top of the order on deck is Crew Erickson. The 1-0. That one's going to be ground ball up the middle. Shortstop can't come up with it. Gage is going to try to score. Shortstop. Oh, no, sorry. Gage gets held up at third, and he's going to get thrown out. Walker, though, with a good heads-up play, is going to end up at second base. Coach Jacobson's going to take that one. He thought that that ball had gone further into the outfield. And hats off to the shortstop, Jones, Ty. He put his foot in the ground, was able to get back quickly on the single. But Gage Sheesh, instead of having second and third with 1 out, Wasatch now with 2 outs and a runner on second.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, Ty, because it did look like it got by him. Shortstop just heads up, making a good play, taking Wasatch out of the opportunity there.
It's going to bring up Crew Erickson, who popped out to the center fielder in his first at-bat. He's going to swing at the first pitch, and almost the exact same spot, Ty. So that'll do it. Wasatch does score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. 1 runner is left on base, as it's 2-1 as we go into the third.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Top of the third inning brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health, founded in 1967 to provide quality mental health care for all individuals within Utah and Wasatch counties. That's Wasatch Behavioral Health.
Top of the order up for Stansbury, and Trent Jones is going to go ahead and just take one off of the elbow, hit by pitch. And they have their leadoff guy on. He had squared to bunt for a drag bunt, pulled back, and ends up taking one right on the elbow. So that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, X-Patch, who singled to left field. He's now got 4 hits in the series, hitting .500. He also scored at the end of the inning.
3 straight hits, too, Ty. Probably the hottest bat in the series right now.
Nobody out, runner on first. Blake working out of the stretch. That one's going to be swung on. Nice spot from Blake. That one's going to escape the ballpark for foul ball. 0-1 the count.
What's really good about Patch's approach here, though, Tyler, is he does not try to do too much. It's a really nice, quick, compact swing. Very balanced. Very calm in the box. Not too much motion. You can see why he's such a successful hitter.
0-1, runner bluffs. Pitch goes outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Wasatch trails 2-1. Gave up 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Now got a pause as they're going to move some players and non-players into the dugout. That would always bother me as a head coach. I'd always say, hey, do it while their guy's on the mound. Get their guy off this rhythm, not our guy. 1-1 the count. Pitch goes with the off speed. That one's elevated to center field. Runner took off. It's a hit and run. Crew's going to try to double him up at first. The throw. Hit him! Oh, wow! That was close. I got fan mode there, Ty, and called him out. I think it's probably the right call. But, man, what a play from Crew Erickson. He makes the line drive, tried to double him up at first, and he was barely back in time. 2-1 away.
Yeah, he started kind of strolling in, didn't he, Ty? He wasn't coming back in getting dirty. Thought he had read it quick enough, and Crew nearly got him. What a throw, showing off the arm.
It's going to bring up Bracken Matthews, 2 for 7 in the series. He popped out to Walker in right in his first at bat. First time we've seen Stansbury put some offense in motion. Tried to go with a hit and run there. Wasatch nearly with the double play. Bunt now with 1 out. It's going to be a drag attempt down the third base side. Goes foul. 0-1 the count.
So I do think you're seeing the strategic move here, Tyler. This kid's normally the leadoff hitter. They put him at 3 because Wasatch has been incapable of getting Patch out. Jones has been probably the best hitter in the series. And so you think, okay, we get 1 or 2 of those guys on. We're going to bunt here because this kid's got some speed, and he can maybe catch Wasatch off guard.
And you got Wayman in the hole, who's been your number 4 hitter anyway.
It's a pretty good build.
Good move.
Yeah, it's a pretty good build in the lineup.
0-1 the count here. He's going to square, maybe slash attempt. No, he's going to go ahead and square. Goes back inside with the curveball. Pulls back at the last second. 1-1 the count.
Here we go, Blake.
Long series of signs here from the third base coach, and Bracken's back in the box. Not a big lead by Jones at first base. The 1-1. Squares again. That one misses. No, he's going to call it a strike.
He's been calling that low ball. That one seems to be at least consistently being called down in the zone. So
I'll take back my comment from the first inning. 1-2. I still don't think it's a strike, but 1-2 to count.
I'm in agreement with you there, but I've now seen 3 balls down there called, and it just seems like that's one he's going to be calling. And one of my favorite things to tell the pitchers when I was the pitching coach is the strike zone is what the umpire says it is. And so you make the adjustments to what the strike zone is. And you're now starting to get a feel for it here.
1-2 the count, 1 away. The pitch goes low again. Good job from Bracken, and that's a pretty good piece of hitting there, Tyler, from Bracken. Recognizes he gets the called strike down there on the last one. Fouls that one off. 1-2 still the count.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's a pitcher swinging at because of the previous strike, and it just makes it that much harder on the hitter. And good on Blake for getting down there and making the hitter have to make a play.
The 1-2 goes upstairs this time. Runner goes. Landon hesitates. The throw not in time. That's a tough break. Wasn't a great jump. Pretty good ball to throw on, and that ends up being safe. So guy on second with 2-2 count.
Oh, you're right. Not a good jump at all, Tyler. The double clutch cost him that one. They would have had him dead in the water.
So now runner in scoring position. Stansbury already leading by 1. The score 2-1. The 2-2 count with 1 away. Matthews in the box. Sweat sets. A long look at the runner at second. Now delivers. And that one's going to go right off his back. Second hit by pitch of the inning. First and second.
I'm starting to notice a little bit of a consistent trend here, Ty. For some reason, when Blake looks long, multiple looks at second base, that pitch comes in high and inside to right-handed hitters. It's just a consistent thing. He seems to get off balance, turning the head and looking back there at second base, because that's a consistent miss that we've seen here from him.
Cooper Thacker getting loose out in the bullpen for Wasatch. Wasatch could still go crew engage if they wanted to. They got Cole Zimmerman, who's still available. Riker Evans, Bo Jones, Cooper Thacker, all some JV guys. That one's a called strike to Ethan Wayman, who walked and scored in the first inning.
Here we go, Blake.
See if Stansbury puts a little bit of pressure here. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Tried to bunt with 1 out and a runner on first. Blake taking his time, getting the signs here from Carter. Now comes set. Bucad does a good job of keeping him at second. They are going to lay down the bunt, and it's a pretty one. It's down the line. Chett's going to fake it. Tries to get the runner back, but that's just an infield single. Nothing you can do about that one. Pretty drag bunt, and the bases are loaded.
Well, you called it, Ty. See if they can put some pressure on, and they did. Going small ball here, right? 3-4, both offering on the bunts. Not something Stansbury has looked to do too often in this series.
No, haven't done it at all. That's going to bring the corners in with the bases loaded. Up the middle, they'll play double play bet.
Number 2, Dax Nacken.
Dax Nacken was the one that had the 2 RBI in the first inning on the fly ball to center field.
Scoreboard did change that to a hit as well, Tyler. Had it up there as an error originally.
Do they even have a hit up there now? That one's going to miss. Ball 1. Oh, they do have a hit in there, huh?
Here we go, Blake.
Well, I'm using a pen, so I can't really edit it, Ty. 1-0 the count, 1 away. Stansbury threatening here once again with the bases juiced. That one's in there for a strike, I think. There's a strike call. 1-1 the count. 51st pitch of the game.
A little gun shy here, Ty. A little gun shy.
That one looked right down the pipe, so I was pretty confident. 1-1 the count, 1 away. See if Wasatch can get a double play ball here. Nacken, pretty good speed coming out of the box. Blake is working out of the windup. He's going to square to bunt. Squeeze attempt here. Suicide squeeze as well. He's able to get a bat on it, and it'll go foul. Yeah, I haven't seen this out of Stansbury. They're going to try to do some small ball, it looks like, in game 3. 1-2 the count. Wasatch was ready. Zimmerman and Chett were both following that runner in, and it's not a catch and tag. It's a catch and just step on the base. It's a little bit easier squeeze bunt to defend there. 1-2 the count, 1 away. Nacken back in the box. Base runners so far, hit by pitch, and then a drag single. The 1-2. Swung on and fouled off, and we'll reset at 1-2. Just joining us, we've been on the air for a while. Game 2 of the series was at 1 o'clock today. Wasatch lost on Saturday and then bounced back and won Game 2. So now we have the decisive Game 3 to see who advances to the next round. Goes back to the off speed that barely misses the helmet of the Stansbury hitter, and that'll put the count at 2-2. Nacken playing second base today for the Stallions. Gets in the box right up on the plate. The 2-2. Goes back with the curveball. It's a ground ball to Chett. Chett fields it clean, throws it home, has one out. Landon Carter will keep it, but what a play from Chett Wilson. And Wasatch gets the leadoff guy out at home.
Wow. What a play, Tyler. Had to go fully extended and elevated to get that ball in. And he kind of learned from the Maple Mountain game, didn't he? He looked for a moment at third base and then immediately went back and said, no, I need the lead runner. And he got the lead runner there and secured the out at home, trying to minimize the inning here, now getting to the important 2 outs.
It's going to bring up Landon Palmer, who popped out to right field. He's 0 for 7 in the series. Does have an RBI on a sacrifice fly from game 1.
It's a good play from Landon Carter, too, Ty.
He's going to swing. It's going to be another ground ball to Chett. Chett fields it with the backhand, steps on the bag, and Wasatch gets out of the inning as Stansbury will leave the bases loaded. No runs, 1 hit, 2 walks in the inning. It's 2-1 going into the bottom of the third.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Was Sports.
Napa know-how.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Back Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Back Flooring and Paints.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the third brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, voted best donuts in Utah, and Governor Cox agrees. Stop on into Mirror Lake Station for your gas, groceries, and goodies. Owners David and Kristen Wade invite you to swing by and say hello this season at Mirror Lake Station.
That's an active governor. He's traveled all around the state multiple times. He knows the good spots for the goodies. And he's telling you that's the number 1 spot in the state of Utah. We tend to agree as well. Mirror Lake Station Donuts.
It's going to be Carter, Bucad, Chett Wilson, Landon Carter to lead it off for the Was. Good part of the lineup here for Wasatch. Carter walked and then was stranded at third base in the first inning. 1 for 6 in the series, and he takes strike 1 on the inside. Nice curveball there from Bastian, and he said it, Ty. He's been working backwards as far as pitchers goes, landing the off speed. And Carter thinks about the drag bunt, brings the third baseman up a little bit. 1-1 the count on the ball in the dirt.
And so how you approach this as a hitter, Tyler, is when you get to 2 strikes, it's really hard to look curveball because then you're late on the fastball.
2-1's going to be jammed on the inside. Wayman's going to come in and make the play. Wayman's a good ball player, Ty. I've been impressed with him. Threw great in game 1. Seen him get some barrels. Lays down the nice drag bunt on the left side. And he's played a good center field so far today.
Yeah. To finish my thought there, though, Ty, but when you're coming up before you get to 2 strikes, I'd probably be looking for that breaking pitch, Ty. And pitch sequence can change a little bit depending on what you've seen in the at-bat, but that just seems to be the pitch that he feels most confident and comfortable throwing for a strike.
Chett's going to let the fastball go by him for strike 1. That's a pretty good spot right on the corner. 0-1 the count here to Chett, who singled to right field in his last at-bat. Takes one on the inside for ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Right fielder is playing on the warning track, it looks like. Left fielder playing really shallow, and the center fielder playing shallow as well. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Landing the fastball a little bit more here in the third inning.
Yeah.
1-2 now the count.
He's looked with his fastball so far, Ty.
The 1-2. And this one's going to be elevated to right field. This has a chance. It's going back, going back, going back. Goodbye, Senor Wilson. Home run number 2 for Chett Wilson. And Wasatch ties the game on the solo home run in the bottom of the third.
Well, there's a reason he's standing on the warning track, Ty. Maybe he knew something we didn't. Ty, he nearly brought that one back right on the track. I don't know how close it was. The depth is hard to tell from here. But he jumped up, and it looked like the ball just got over his glove. Nice job for Chett. Clutch knock there. Ty, big sequence from Chett. How about the 2 big outs defensively at third base, and then step up and hit the bomb to tie this one up 2-2. So, remember, these are teammates, right? Baston and Wilson play on the same travel team. I don't think Bastion wants to see Chett anymore. Chett's now 2 for 2 against him in this game.
It's now 2-2 as well in the bottom of the third. And Landon Carter's going to rope one right back at the pitcher. Luckily, the pitcher gets a piece of it. That's a single up the middle all the way, but Bastion does a good job, gets a piece of it with his glove, bounces to the second baseman. Second baseman throws it to first. Tough break there from Landon Carter.
So that's your 1-4-3 put out tie is what you're telling me?
Yep. Brings up Cole Zimmerman. He flew out to the warning track in his first at-bat to right field.
Yeah, he was just shy of a 3-run bomb himself.
That one misses outside for ball one here to Cole. Well, 2-2. These teams have gone at it. A 2-0 win for Stansbury and a 6-4 win for Wasatch in game 2. Now 2-2. Cole Zimmerman's going to take a fastball into the right field grass for a single, and Wasatch has a 2-out single.
That right fielder's quick, Ty. I like watching him play. As deep as he was on the warning track, he hustled to that ball. He got to it before Cole could even get down there to first base, eliminating any thoughts that Cole might have to try to advance there.
Tragan Shaw is going to come up. He walked in his first at-bat and scored. He comes up with 2 outs and a runner on second.
He's felt so close to me, Tyler, in his last few at-bats, just like he's waiting to break out here. He just needs to see one on the barrel.
And he swings at the first off-speed pitch, and that's going to be fouled backwards for strike one.
See, just so many balls like that where he's just a little bit off, just foul tipping it back. Seems like he's just right about there, Ty.
Zimmerman, that was his 3rd hit of the series. Pick-off move, not in time. Pretty good throw there from the pitcher, but Cole's able to get back easily. 0-1 still the count. Wasatch ties the game up with a solo home run from Chett. The 0-1 goes back downstairs. And a ball.
That's been called so far today.
He likes to call the curveball down there for a strike.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, not too many fastballs being called low.
1-1 the count. Gage Sheesh on deck has 2 RBIs in the games today. The 1-1. Cole's going to go. It's going to be swung on, elevated to shallow right field. It's going to be foul either way. Second baseman comes over and can't make the play as it goes just out of game play, and we now have a 1-2 count, and Cole will jog back to first base.
Yeah, get Cole the oxygen, Ty. Has a full sprint from first to third, and now he's got to run all the way over back. Get him a breather. That's the old run and hit, Ty. I would like to call it a hit and run, but when you got 2 outs and the hitter's going to be putting the ball in motion, you're going to take a peek in. And if it's a ball, it may turn into a straight steal.
1-2. Misses outside. 2-2 now the count. Tried to sneak a fastball. Pretty good pitch on the outside. Just misses, and we've now got deuces. 2-2 with 2 away. Zimmerman takes a conservative lead over at first. The pitch goes back with the off speed. It's going to be a ground ball to the backhand side of the second baseman.
They beat it. Ooh.
And he gets thrown out by half a step. Good play there from the second baseman. But Wasatch able to score 1 on 2 hits, no errors. They do leave 1 on base. And it's 2-2 as we go into the 4th.
Hi, this is Audra with Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Caring Community Coalition. Did you know when kids feel close to their parents, they are more likely to listen to them when they set clear boundaries about alcohol and drugs? Doing things with your children they are interested in and taking time to talk with them about their day will help create strong bonds. A great goal is to spend at least 15 minutes a day of one-on-one time with each child. All kids need a parent's help to stay drug and alcohol free. To learn more, visit our Facebook page, the Caring Community Coalition of Wasatch County.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
For the 4th, brought to you by Country Garden and Nursery, the only one-stop shop for everything garden and yard related. Stop on into their indoor plant shop for the plant of the month. Leading it off for the Stallions will be the pitcher, Brandon Bastian. Left fielder, Noah Nunley, and the first baseman, Easton Jones. Blake Sweat still on the mound, giving up 2 runs on 2 hits. He's walked 1 and hit 2. Goes back to working out of the windup to lead off this inning. It's the top of the 4th, 2-2 the score. That one's going to be a swing and a miss. You've seen the Stansbury team make some adjustments. You remember game 1, pretty free swingers. Went up there swinging, and Walker was able to throw 6 innings on just 70 pitches. And the games 2 and 3 have adjusted, seen a lot more pitches from the Stansbury hitters. 1-1 the count. Misses low and outside once again, so 2-1 now the count. 7-8-9 up for the Stallions. Bastion with a big 2 RBI double in game 2. He'll swing and foul that one off. 2-2 now the count. Again, Wasatch so far in the series through Walker in game 1. Crew Erickson started and Gage Sheesh closed game 2, and now Sweat. The 2-2, ring him up. You've called him that a strike before. Instead, it's a ball. 3-2 the count.
I'm hearing some disgust.
No, I'm just trying to be humorous now. 3-2 the count. Goes back, and he gets him to elevate this one to shallow left field. Tragan Shaw coming up, and will make the play. Nice play there from Tragan, and that's out number 1 in the top of the 4th.
Good hustle from Tragan to close the gap there, Ty. That was another one of those Bermuda Triangle balls. Carter Bucad, one thing he does, Ty, that we've talked about, he plays a little more shallow at shortstop than normal shortstops. So those balls into that Bermuda Triangle, you really are counting on your outfield to rally up and make the catch because your middle infield can't get back as deep.
It'll bring up Nunley. He'll swing the first pitch. It's ground ball to Bucad. Bucad throws it across the diamond. Man, what a play there from Mr. May. And Wasatch has 2 away.
Well, that's perfect timing to say that's why he plays shallow, Tyler, is he can make plays like that. That play, if he's playing deeper, just can't be made. He's not going to get that out. And so he feels like he can close off the gap on a lot of balls like that, trust his outfield, and he plays a little bit more shallow.
Easton Jones will come up. He grounded out as well to Carter Bucad in his last at bat. And that'll be off the plate for ball 1.
I feel like the tone in your voice tells everything there, Ty, that you disagree with that call. You wanted that as a strike.
That one's going to be above the bill. Never mind. That's a strike.
Did they call that? I looked down and put it down as a ball, Ty.
1-1 the count.
Zone just slightly inconsistent at this point.
1-1 the count. 2 away. That one's going to be swung on. Nice off-speed pitch there from Blake. Made the hitter look a little bit silly on that one. 1-2 now the count.
Those are the kinds of swings I guess you get when the zone is a mystery to the hitters and the pitcher.
1-2, 2 away. Blake working out of the windup. The pitch. And he tried to hump that one up, and it goes almost over everybody's head. 2-2. 2-2.
Blake really could use a quick inning here, Ty. He's flirting with 70 pitches at this point. At 68 right now. This would be a big out if he can get this here.
Tries to go upstairs again, and that'll fill up the count. 3-2 the count.
So he's way ahead of where you want. 15 pitches per inning, Ty. We're only in the 4th, and this is pitch number 70.
Payoff is fouled off. We'll reset with a 3-2 count.
And unless something drastic changes here, you're likely going to need to go to the well at some point here if you're Wasatch with some other arms. You've got Zimmerman. You could go back to Sheesh. You could go back to Crew in reality.
Swings at this one once again, and it's fouled out of play once again, so we'll continue to stay at 3-2. Good battle here from both the pitcher and the number 9 hitter, Jones.
Yeah, those are 2 really competitive pitches from Blake, Ty. Good job from the hitter to foul those ones off.
Back to the payoff, the windup. Goes with the off-speed and gets the swing and a miss. The first strikeout of the game for Blake Sweat. And another physical at the pit stop. 1-2-3 inning for the Wasps. And Wasatch is tied 2-2 going into the bottom of the.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah, where we provide financial services to businesses and individuals in our community, and we are proud to support Wasatch High School. As one of the nation's top performing banks, we've been delivering exceptional value for over 70 years. So whether you're looking to grow a business or raise a family, we can help you every step of the way because your Utah is our Utah. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience the hands-on customer service that only comes from a hometown bank. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the fourth inning brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or visit gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop.
Wasatch 2-0 in their their first round series the last 2 years, trying to advance to the second round for the third straight year. They lost game 1, they win game 2. Now they're tied 2-2 in the bottom of the fourth. Wasatch wins the coin toss and is the home team here at Stansbury. Gage Sheesh comes up to the plate. He's got a double and a triple in the games today. He looks at strike one, now fouls off the second pitch, 0-2 count. Looks like Carter Bucad getting loose now over in the bullpen as well. Keeping it a mystery for us, Ty, on who Wasatch is going to go with. That one misses low and outside. 1-2, now the count. Tried to go with the changeup there. Missed it low and outside. 1-2, goes back to the fastball, and Gage Sheesh is going to feast on that fastball. That's a line drive over the shortstop's head, and Wasatch has the leadoff guy on. Gage Sheesh, 2 for 2 today.
Gage making a dark horse run for batter of the tournament so far, Ty. Been excellent.
Been excellent today. He's now 3 for 7 in the series. Was 0 for 2 on Saturday with 2 Ks, but he's come back and really hit well here. Ashton Gurney steps into the plate. Gage Sheesh gets the lead at first base. Gurney popped out to left center field in his first at bat. See what Coach Jacobson decides to do. He's going to square. Ball's up in the zone. He's going to go back to the pitcher. Pitcher fields it cleanly, throws it to first. One away on the sacrifice bunt from Gurney.
Good, Ty. You can see it doesn't take much with the bunts, right? Just get the ball down. You need to deaden the ball as it hits. As long as you're not hitting a rocket back to the pitcher, you should be able to advance that runner over. It's a good read at first from Gage. He sees the ball down and then takes off and hustles the second. Just good execution all the way around.
Walker, 2 for 2 in his last 2 at-bats, a double and a single. Now comes up with runners in scoring position. That misses upstairs for ball 1. The ball gets by the pitcher. Gage will stay at second base. Walker now 2 for 5 in the series with 1 run scored and an RBI. None bigger than the RBI that ended up being the game-winning RBI for Wasatch in Game 2. Runner on second, the 1-0 count, the pitch. And he's going to rope that one to the right field side. That's going to fall. Gage paused, and it's got by the right fielder. The right fielder can come up with it, and Max Walker with another double and another RBI. The number 9 spot coming up big for the Wasps.
Well, I think Max doesn't want to give that Mr. May to Carter Bucad, Tyler. He wants to snatch that thing himself. How about the series he's had? Pitches a complete game and only gives up 2 runs in Game 1. Yeah, Wasatch fell in that, but he pitched an absolute gem. The only runs they got was on a pass ball and a sac fly. Ty, he was excellent. Game 2, getting the winning double off the left field fence, and today, Game 3, 2 for 2. This guy's been excellent.
And what I like about that one, Ty, we've talked about his swing that we said if he gets a pitch on the inside, we felt like he could hit that left center field gap. That time goes right down the right field line. Good piece of hitting. Doesn't try to do too much. Brings in a run, and Wasatch has their first lead of the day, 3-2.
Yeah, and how about the right fielder who's been so good? Got a little casual. Yeah, tried to barehand it on the high hop, tipped off his fingers, went over him, and easily allows Walker to advance and Gurney to stroll in and score.
Gage to go in and score.
Yes.
That brings back to the top of the order. Crew's seen 2 pitches, and he's popped out to shallow center field with both of them. It's a good lead from Walker at second base. And Crew's going to get this one, and this time he's not going to get out on that one. That's down the line, and that's going to be extra bases for Crew. Erickson One run will come in, and Crew has a RBI double, and Wasatch takes the 4-2 lead.
Ty, I'm gonna give you props here for a moment. After last inning, you took your headset off when we were at a commercial, and you said Wasatch is going to get to this kid. You could just see it, that they had this kid locked in, and trying to go one more time through the lineup was going to be a mistake for Stansbury. They got greedy. They stuck with it. Wasatch made them pay 4-2, and they're looking for more. Going to have a pitching change here from the Stallions.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a break. Wasatch leads 4-2 in the bottom of the fourth.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley, and they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes, and you've just got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Well, we have a pitching change. Stansbury is going to bring in Fergal, who comes into this game with a 3.5 ERA, number 13 here for Stansbury. Excuse me. That's 3.5 in region, 4.8 overall. And he's going to come in with the pitching change. Wasatch, though, has lit it up here in the bottom of the fourth inning to take a 4-2 lead. First pitch there from Fergal is going to be a ball to Carter Bucad. There's your second pitch coming in. A very noticeable change in speed here on this. Probably coming in about 10 miles per hour slower, Ty. So they're going to try to thumb this one a little bit. The second pitch does go in for a strike. A fastball on the outer half of the plate called strike. Now a pick move. No throw there. No one was covering second base where Crew Erickson is standing. Wasatch leading 4-2, game 3 of the 5A state baseball tournament. Winner of this one will advance to take on Brighton High School. And that is the toughest call we've seen yet today. Carter Bucad just had another brutal one. Bucad just has the worst calls go against him. That one, a curveball way in and way down, gets called against him. So the 1-2 down in the dirt. That one's not called a strike, but everyone holds their breath after the last call. So 2-2 is the count. Wasatch leading 4-2. Carter knows he's got to cover a wide part of the plate based on the zone he's seen so far. See how this goes. Taking on Fergal, the lefty on the mound. Bucad set, ready for the pitch. There's the delivery. Bucad pushes it over to the right side. That'll move the runner over. It's a race to first base. And the first baseman is going to make the play and get Bucad out on that one. But it does advance the runner over, so Bucad does a job. A productive out. And that's going to be Jones, though, with the unassisted put out. So Wilson's coming up in his last at-bat. He hit a bomb over the right field fence to tie it up 2-2. Wasatch gave up 2 runs in the top of the first on a sun ball. Had that ball been caught, Stansbury wouldn't have got anything. We'd be looking at a 4-0 lead right now. There's your pitch to Wilson. Ball down in the dirt, ball 1. So 2 outs, 1-0. Wasatch has a runner on third base. That's Crew Erickson. Chett Wilson at the plate.
Chett's been good so far in the game today. He's got a single and a bomb. Ooh, got one over the plate, just missed it. It's going to move the count to 1-1.
Chett's made a lot of progression this year in this area I'm about to bring up, Tyler. He's usually had a hard time adjusting to slower pitching after he's gone against fast pitching. Not been the case this year. He's been able to make the adjustments, but this is a noticeable change in speed.
The 1-1, there's that adjustment you talked about, Ty. He waits on it and hammers it up the middle for another RBI. 2 RBIs for Wilson in the game today, and Wasatch takes the 5-2 lead.
Ty, he's been absolutely lights out. 3 for 3 now in the game. 2 singles and a home run. 2 RBIs. Wilson's been good. Get greedy if you're Wasatch, Ty. Pour it on here. Give your pitcher some breathing room, some relief. And you get really greedy. You're the home team here, right? You find a way to get up by 10, go get 3 outs, and all of a sudden this one's over. That's a tall order with 2 outs here, Ty. I'm thinking kind of pie in the sky thoughts right now.
Landon Carter comes up, grounded out to the shortstop, and then grounded out to the pitcher. He's going to swing at the first pitch. It's a ground ball to shortstop. Shortstop fields it clean. Ooh, that's a pretty nice play there from the Stansbury Stallion.
He's a good-looking shortstop, isn't he? He's made some good plays. Very athletic, great hitter. He's a good ball player.
Wasatch scores 3 on 4 hits, no errors. They leave 1 on base as they take the 5-2 lead into the 5th.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process. And it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring. And if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the 5th, brought to you by Guild Mortgage. Let Tom Stone and his team help you find the perfect mortgage. If it's your situation, it will be painless and easy. Give us an update on the boys lacrosse team as well. The number 5 seed going into the RPI, or going into the state tournament, get a bye tomorrow, and then they will be playing on Thursday, which is also the day for graduation. Here's what's on deck for on Thursday time. You've got baseball. If they can hold on to this one, they'll play on Thursday. The girls lacrosse team will play on Thursday. The boys lacrosse team will play on Thursday. Oh, and by the way, that's graduation for your seniors that day as well.
Soccer? They don't play on Thursday?
I think it's Tuesday. I think so. I think it's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday for soccer. So they're probably playing on Thursday as well.
Let's just do a virtual graduation for all those sports teams, Tyler, that hopefully you're playing.
Right. Top of the order up, it'll be Trent Jones, X-Patch, and Bracken Matthews. He's going to square, and that one is called a strike as Jones pulls back, and it's in there for a strike, 0-1.
I know you're trying to find your way on base any way you can, right? But I'd like this kid to be swinging it, Ty.
0-1, they try to go outside, too far outside, moves the count to 1-1.
He's been playing shortstop all series and just noticeable next-level player, Tyler. I'd be surprised if he doesn't get a shot in college somewhere.
1-1, it's going to be a ground ball to Chett. He sits on it, fields it clean, throws it across the diamond. What a play from Cole Zimmerman as he goes into foul territory, avoids the runner, and Wasatch has one away here in the top of the 5th.
2 really good parts to that play, Tyler. Chett got caught in a tweener hop, and that is not as easy as he made that look. Handled it well, was able to get control, good body control, good strong throw. And Cole, how about how smooth he makes that look, Ty? He just kind of, what you teach your first baseman is you don't step until the ball is thrown, because otherwise you get your body committed and it's awkward. And Cole made that look so easy. That ball was offline by a significant ways, but because he's stepping so easily towards where it goes, he just made it look like a can of corn.
1 strike, 1 ball here now to X-Patch. Wasatch finally got him out on his last one. It was still a pretty good barrel to the center fielder. 1-1 the count. Got somebody else getting loose. Gage Sheesh back getting loose out in the bullpen. The 1-1. Does he get the outside corner? No. 2-1 now the count.
Oh, that one's going to drive me nuts. That's a pretty good ball. Landon Carter received that one very well, too.
2-1 the count here to Patch, playing third base today for Stansbury. Wasatch leading 5-2. And that one's going to miss.
No, that one never had a chance.
No, that one I knew that one was a ball.
That one's floating very high on the breaking pitch.
3-1 the count here to Patch. Gets him to swing at one up in the zone, and that fills up the count at 3-2.
That's the pitch that just will always be too tempting to hitters, Tyler. It is right at the top of the zone, and you just want it. You're hunting a fastball, but it's just above the wheelhouse.
The full count pitch is going to be a ground ball. Cole Zimmerman fields it cleanly. He's going to have to get it to Sweat. Sweat steps on the bag. 2 away here in the top of the 5th.
That was so good from Cole, Tyler, because he ranged far to make the play, but then he noticed that Blake was not ready. He was not prepared. So Cole just casually got himself squared, got him ready, and Blake turned on the burners and hustled up the line and beat Patch on the foot race. And then Cole put a good ball on his chest, and Blake catches it and gets the out at first base. Those are PFPs, Tyler, pitcher fielding practice. You run those in practice all year long, and you can see it paid off there.
2 away. It's going to bring up the number 3 hitter, Bracken Matthews. There's a nice off-speed pitch for a strike. 0-1 the count. Matthews popped out to right field and was hit by pitch in his last at-bat. He's 2 for 7 in the series. The 0-1 goes back to the off-speed, misses upstairs. 1-1 the count.
Just checking the sun to see who it's an issue for at this point. I think Max is probably most in danger at this point of having some problems in the right center gap ball.
The 1-1 misses upstairs, moves the count to 2-1.
The first couple innings it was a little higher, and I think had your center fielder, which was Crew.
You basically have the field switched. At Wasatch, this is how the softball field is facing. Swing and a miss, moves the count to 2-2. The baseball field is how the softball field's facing, and then softball field is how the baseball field's facing. 2-2 the count. It's deuces with 2 away. Blake back into the windup. The pitch goes upstairs. That one's to me. Fills up the count at full. It's full count, 2 away. Sweat's been good. His best outing of the year. The payoff. Gets the foul ball, and we'll reset at 3-2. Wasatch trying to win Game 3. It's 1 game apiece in this series. Spanish Fork did close out Park City, so Spanish Fork will advance out of Region 9. Spanish Fork will advance out of Region 9. Haven't seen any other scores other than Springville knocked off Maple, so it's a 3-game series in that one.
Let's go, 2 outs, let's go, Wasatch, go Blake!
The 3-2. Ring him up with strike 3. Blake Sweat with his second physical therapy strikeout, and Wasatch takes a 5-2 lead into the bottom of the 5th.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the 5th, brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%.
How about a quick 5th inning Guild Mortgage scoring summary? Wasatch has out-hit Stansbury 9-3, and one of those 3 hits was a sun ball that really had no business being a hit. They lead 5-2. Blake Sweat has pitched an absolute gem. But Wasatch is in a pretty good spot right now as the home team. See if they can extend this lead. They're deep in the Stansbury bullpen right now.
Zimmerman, Shaw, Sheesh. That one misses up. 1-1 the count to Zimmerman after he took strike 1. Zimmerman singled to right field in his last at bat. He's now 3 for 6 in the series. The 1-1. That one's a swing and a miss. Moves the count to 1-2. on the inside part of the plate. Pretty good pitch here from, gosh, I already forgot the kid's name, Ty.
Well, it's a tough one, Ty. It's Fugel, I believe, Frugal.
That one misses, so 2-2 the count.
Fergal, excuse me.
Fergal, Nolan Fergal. 12 innings pitched and a 4.08 ERA in region play. Little lefty. The pitch. Fouls it off. That one gets the umpire right in the face. He's been protected a little bit better than Game 2's umpire.
Yeah, he was taking bullets back there, wasn't he, that Game 2 umpire?
Is it 2-2 or 2-2, right?
6 or so times. Yeah, 2-2.
2-2 the count. Good battle here from Cole. Blake Sweat sitting at 88 pitches. Carter Bucad getting loose in the bullpen. The 2-2, and this one's going to be fouled off again.
Hey, way to battle. Go win it right here, Zim. Let's go, Zimmy.
Tragan Shaw on deck. Frugal likes the pitch, delivers the 2-2, goes back to the inside, and Zimmerman fights it off again, and we'll stay at 2-2. If Wasatch wins this series, it'll be a Brighton matchup, another 3-game series on Thursday or Friday next week. Or, excuse me, on Thursday, not next week, on Thursday.
Yeah, it would be at Brighton High School. This, of course, would be the talk of the state tournament, Ty. This would be the greatest upset that you could have. Wasatch, the last team entering the postseason, number 24 out of 24 teams they took.
The 2-2, Cole Zimmerman decides to play. Protection, wasn't sure if that was going to be a strike or not. He fights it off, and that's going to be a single for Cole Zimmerman, and Wasatch has the leadoff guy on. It's a pretty good piece of hitting from Cole, Ty. You just haven't been consistent with the zone. Little looping curveball. Zimmerman didn't get a lot of it, but got enough, and it's going to be a single, and Wasatch has the leadoff guy on.
Ty, would you bunt here again? Just try to keep getting another run or two?
Gage has been one of your best bats. He's 3 for 3 in his last 3 swings. I think I'd move him over.
I'd be bunting down the third base line, though. Make this little lefty come make a play.
He squares. That one's going to miss outside for ball 1. You got shortstop going to second. Third baseman's charging. First baseman staying home. So, I mean, you want to maybe go down third base, but you got lefty falling off the mound to the third base side.
But
You're tempted
like
to go down the first base
that
side.
Throw, Ty. It's a hard throw.
Squares. That one misses low. Ball 2. Oh, my gosh. He called it a strike.
Oh, my heavens.
1-1 the count.
Ty, this guy, I mean.
That's not even close. I'm just going to say it how it is. That's not even close.
For a state tournament, you've got to have better
The catcher one-hopped that. He one-hopped and got the short hop. He didn't even, 1-1 the count. Tragan's going to square again. That one comes right at Tragan. He pulls back. 2-1 now the count.
Yeah, you've just trying not to be too critical of the umpire, but you've just got to have better than that in the state tournament time.
That's like number 4
especially
miss.
for in theory the best team that is playing that didn't have a bye. That's what the RPA is telling you in Stansbury.
2-1. It's popped up. Catcher's going to make the play. So the sacrifice bunt ends up being a pop out to the catcher, and we have one away. Going to bring up Gage Sheesh, who's 2 for 2 today. He's got an RBI, double, and scored on a single after he singled in the left center field gap. 3 for 7 now in the series. He's got a single, a double, and a triple between the 2 games today. Might as well hit it out.
Think of how that at bat changed, though, with that strike call, Ty. It should have been 3-0 to Tragan. He'd be taking. Maybe you still bunt at 3-1, maybe not. But that missed call changed the dynamic of that at bat.
0-1 to count after Gage fouls off the first pitch. The 0-1, it's a pickoff move. Fooled the first baseman. First baseman was coming in to field a pitch. No harm, 0-1 still the count. Lefty back on the mound. Frugal delivers the 0-1. It's going to be swung on and missed. 0-2 now the count here to Gage.
Yeah, Gage got caught waiting a little too long on that one, Tyler. A little late on the swing.
Ashton Gurney on deck. This is 7-8-9 now up for Wasatch. Zimmerman led off the inning with a single. Pop out by Shaw, and now we have one away. That one's going to be fouled off. Moves the count, or keeps the count at 0-2.
Well, really interesting to see what's going to happen here with the pitching situation for Wasatch, Ty. See if Blake can get you A few more.
0-2, and Gage can't handle it. That's going to be strikeout. That's the first strikeout of the game for Wasatch. So after the leadoff guy gets on, Wasatch now with back-to-back outs. And we'll see if they can produce anything with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. It's 5-2 the score. Zimmerman on first. Gurney today has 2 walks, a hit by pitch, popped out to the left field, and had a sacrifice bunt in his last at bat. 0 for 3 in the series. Swing and a miss on that first one. Big swing there from Ashton.
Yeah, how do these type of pitchers get guys out, Tyler? It's on big swings, trying to pull the ball, right? You got to think up the middle and the other way.
Pickoff move. That's going to get by, and it goes out of play.
So that should be
first baseman
third, I believe,
went back all the way, and so Cole is going to get second base.
I'd need to talk to Brandon Wilson, an umpire. It changes if your foot's on the rubber or not. So if you step off the rubber and throw, it's only 1 bag. But if it's on the rubber, that would be a 2-bag. That would be a 2-bag issue, there, right? Or maybe I've got that backwards. It might be if you're on the rubber, it's 1 bag. If you're off, though, it's 2 bags. Well, there should be a change there with one of those 2.
Just like that, Wasatch has a runner in scoring position. It's an 0-1 count here to Gurney. Let's see if Gurney can come out with a 2-out base hit. That one's in there for a strike. Moves the count to 0-2. 0-2 the count. Gurney, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Now you just got to cover a wide zone, Ty, so don't leave it to the umpire. Anything close, you got to be battling.
0-2, he's going to rope it to right field, but right fielder was playing up, makes the play. Wasatch, no runs on 1 hit, no errors. 1 runner is left on base. We're going into the 6th. Wasatch leading 5-2.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Was Sports.
Napa know-how. Dan Sluga at Wasatch Back Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Back Flooring and Paints.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Top of the 6th brought to you by Gucci Goo Barbecue. From the words of their customers, this BBQ is super good. Stop on in to Gucci Goo Barbecue. They are now at a new location on Main Street, Ty, and it is a fantastic location, great environment, and great food. Stop on in to Gucci Goo.
Ty, if Blake can get out of this inning here with minimal damage, you're looking at 4, 5, 6 coming up. And in theory, if you can get 3 up, 3 down, or even 3 out of 4, you're in real business next inning.
Tragan takes a couple steps up, now settles underneath it. 1 out, 1 pitch, 1 away as Wayman pops out to left field to start off the top of the 6th.
Well, and let me just kind of finish my thought there, Ty. You'd love, with a 3-run lead at minimum, to have 7, 8, 9 coming up, needing just 3 outs. That's how you would draw it up. And so if you can get these next 2 guys out, that's what you've got sitting in front of you if you're Wasatch. Now, we've talked about in this series, Stansbury can hit 1 through 9, up and down the lineup, so those aren't easy outs. But you'd much rather be facing the bottom of the lineup than the top of the lineup.
Ball 1. Here to Dax Nacken. He had a 2 RBI, reached on an error in his first at-bat, and then he had a fielder's choice ground out in his second. That one's in there for a strike, 1-1 the count.
Pitch 90 for Blake.
It's 0 for 6 in the series. Has walked 3 times. The 1-1 goes with the off speed and lands it, Ty. That's a pretty good pitch. 1-2 the count in the top of the 6th.
I think all Blake needed all year was some sun, Tyler. Get him a warm game that he could pitch in, and he's just a different man out here.
Hey, he threw great down in St. George. Was 2-0 down in St. George this year. The 1-2 tries to go upstairs. Misses. 2-2 now the count.
I like that idea.
Yeah, but sun was a rarity in St. George this year, too, Ty.
That's true. It's a 2-2, 1 away. Top of the 6th. Wasatch leading 5-2 after scoring 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, and 3 in the 4th. Goes back with the off-speed. And I guess they say it's too high. That's a pretty good pitch there from Blake, and that'll fill up the count at 3-2.
He hasn't been calling that high-breaking pitch all game, Ty.
He hasn't.
So, I mean, that's consistent with his zone, but, man, I think you put the K zone up there, and I do think that's in the K zone.
Got to put that one in the dirt. Brings him up.
That's exactly right. He'll put you one hop it to the plate. That's a strike.
Misses. That'll be ball 4. Tough break there. That's the first base runner since the top of the the top of the 3rd inning. So that'll bring up number 27, Landon Palmer, the catcher. Popped out to right field and grounded out to third base in his last at bat with the bases loaded.
Jump on it, 2-7, let's go.
Runner on first, 1 away. Wasatch leading 5-2. Blake now up to 94 pitches. Back working out of the stretch for the first time. Runner's going to score, hitter squares that ball low, ball 1.
Blake's baffled too, Ty. I'm a little bit baffled as well. I think that umpire got tricked by the bunt signal there too. I just can't tell you where this zone is in this one.
1-0 the count. Sweat delivers. That one's in there for a strike. Moves the count to 1-1. Hitter once again squared and then pulled back.
And I think that's a bluff, Ty. I think they see the pitch count up. Stansbury's not been able to get to Blake all day. Again, their 2 runs came off of, it's called a hit, but it was a sunball error, Ty. And so they just haven't got to Blake at all. They want him out any way they can get, and I think they're trying to chase this pitch count up.
The 1-1 goes back to the off speed. You got to call that one if you're not going to call the other one, and he does call that one a strike. Moves the count to 1-2.
You're right. One of those has to be the zone. He's hit about every spot.
You either got to go the high one or the low one. Pretty good pitch there. Moves the count to 1-2. 1 away, runner on first. Wasatch leading 5-2. The pitch. Swung on, and that one's fouled back. Get a little bit of cloud cover over the top of us. Keeps the count at 1-2.
Will be interesting to see what happens. Ty Stansbury has their pitcher on deck, and he has not been a consistent bat in their lineup. Only 2 at-bats this year. So if Wasatch were to get out of this inning.
It's a 1-2. It's a ground ball. Chett can't handle it at third base. That was a good double play ball opportunity. Instead, Chett doesn't look it in, and that'll be another base runner. So runners on first and second now with 1 away. And like you said, Ty, that brings up the pitcher now. So Frugel, who's only I think he only has 2 ABs on the year. 0 for 2 is what I have him.
Yeah, you're right. And so
Now batting for the Stallions.
that's tough because even if you get one out there, Tyler, you've got this kid coming up who's not a consistent bat in your lineup. And so you're probably going to be able to find a way out of this inning still at 5-2.
Coach DAW wants to come and talk it over. Trip to the mound brought to you by Tony's Tacos. Best tacos in town. Stop on in for their flautas, burritos, chili rellenos, tortas, and again, their best tacos right there on Main Street. Have proudly been in business since 2001.
Walks and errors, right? We talk about walks and errors so often. The freebie game, Wasatch has just dominated this game up and down in every category with the exception of one, and it's errors. And the errors have got Wasatch where this game's a little closer than it should have been. At this point in the game, Wasatch has out-hit Stansbury 10-3. And again, one of those, Ty, is a sun ball. So only 2 hits in the game for Stansbury on Sweat. But the strike zone's been a bit of a mystery, and that has led to some walks. 2 walks on the day, 2 hit by pitches as well. So you've got 4 freebies between that and then the error as well on the board.
Long conversation. They're letting him have the long conversation. So talking it over, talking defense as well. He's at pitch 98.
That was 99, Ty.
So
the
pitch
board's
99.
been a little behind over here.
Frugel coming up to the plate on the left-hand side. Frugel, not a very big player. I assume the outfield comes in a little bit.
I would have to assume this
Only
conversation was this is it, Blake. This is it. Go get this guy. This is going to be your final hitter. And just go after him.
Yeah, don't need to mess around here. Just go after it. 1 away. Runners on first and second. The tying run at the plate for Stansbury, who are trailing 5-2. Blake, again, working out of the stretch. has a walk and a runner that's reached on an error. Fastball. Gosh, I just don't know where that pitch is at for ball one.
It's really hard not to get upset.
Yeah, and I apologize for my professionalism, but that just looks like a strike. 1 ball, no strikes to Frugel. The pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Moves the count to 1-1.
If you're Stansbury, with this kid coming up, you're tempted to just give him the take
sign.
The
just can't take until you get 2
strikes.
strikes.
Such a mystery at this point.
1-1 the count. Pretty big lead from the set guy at second. He's going to swing at this one. That one's going to be elevated foul. 1-2 the count.
All right, if you're Blake, just don't mess around here. Don't mess around. You don't want a cheap base here for this guy. Get something in the zone. Let your defense go make a play behind you.
Got Noah Nunnally on deck. 1-2 the count. The pitch goes upstairs and at the chin. 2-2 now the count. Really surprised the Stansbury coach. I think he might have just made a mistake, Ty. Just didn't declare him as a pitcher DH is what happened. Bastian, that is. The 2-2. Gets him to swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 by Wasatch Physical Therapy, and Wasatch has 2 away, and that'll bring up Nunnally, who's grounded out twice to the shortstop, Carter Bucad.
So it's quick enough that Blake can get you this one as well, Ty. You can only go to 110. 110 pitches is what you get.
Noah Nunnally.
Only takes 1. Stansbury has a runner in scoring position and another runner on first. This is interesting, Ty. Their catcher is running for himself. That one's in the dirt. Carter does everything he can to stay in front of it, but it's not going to be enough. Now Stansbury has runners on second and third with 2 away.
Another freebie.
That one bounced in front of the bag. Again, Carter did all he could to try to keep that thing close, but the runners advanced to second and third. It's a 3-run game, 2 outs.
Well,
Blake's going to go back to the windup.
Didn't we say it a couple hours ago, Tyler? The depth of the bullpen was going to be key in this one.
Misses upstairs with that one, so it's a 2-0 count.
And it most certainly will come down to bullpen.
See who Wasatch decides to go with. This will be the last hitter for Blake Sweat. 2-0 the count. Nunnally in the box. He's got 1 hit in the series. The pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Moves the count to 2-1. Outfield playing straight up. Walker playing a little shallow out and right. Wind blowing slightly in. The 2-1 misses outside. Moves count to 3-1.
Not bad. Here we go. Go, Blake.
Come on, Blake.
Well, technically, I guess if he walks him here, he could go 1 more.
You could. Yeah, you could take him over.
The 3-1. That one swung on and fouled out of play. Fills up the count at 3-2.
So why you say that, Ty, is if you start a batter
under 110,
then you can finish the batter. Where this will be pitch 110, this will be it when this batter has expired.
The payoff pitch with 2 outs. Gives him the walk. That'll be ball 4, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter with the bases loaded, the tying run at first base. We'll have a pitching change by Tony's Tacos. We'll go ahead and take a break.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah. Everyone here at Bank of Utah believes that we are an extension of our community. Not only do we craft banking solutions to help families and businesses in our area, we boost the community by proudly supporting local organizations like Wasatch High School. Because when our communities thrive, we all thrive. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience community banking at its best. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
And
Now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Wasatch leads 5-2 here in the top of the 6th inning. We've got 2 away. Blake Sweat just maxed out on his pitches, and he leaves the bases loaded. And Wasatch is turning to junior Carter Bucad, who will come on the mound, only his second varsity appearance of the year. He'll face off against the number 9 hitter, Easton Jones, who comes into the game today 0 for 2 in this game, 1 for 6 in the series.
One of the struggles here, though, is the strike zone has really had to be filled out by Blake Sweat, right? And Bucad hasn't been on the mound, Ty. Now you got the bases loaded. And he's got to figure out this tight zone very quickly. Hopefully that's what Landon Carter's having a quick conversation about. But you just got to challenge, Ty. These things, you've got to be in the zone, over the plate. And Carter, it might be the biggest mystery to him of all, Ty. He's had some tough calls go against him today.
Gage Sheesh comes in at third base. Chett Wilson moves over to short. That one's a curveball in the dirt. Landon Carter does a good job of smothering it. Ball 1. Tying run is at first base, leading run at the plate. The 1-0, Carter's going to work out of the windup. The pitch goes inside. Does he get the corner? No, he doesn't. 2-0 now to count.
Go, boo, boo.
It's a big moment.
2-0 the count. Here, see if they give him the go-ahead with the top of the order coming up. The 2-0 gets the fastball in there for a strike. Moves the count to 2-1. Down to 4 outs are the Stallions. Wasatch trying to close out a doubleheader, back-to-back victories to advance to the second round. We're in the top of the 6th. The 2-1 misses low. That moves the count to 3-1.
All right, Carter. Just say, come and get it. See how far you can hit it on this one. 3-1.
Went slightly blowing in. The 3-1. Gets him to swing at it. It's a fly ball to right field. Max Walkder settles underneath it, and Wasatch gets out of the inning. No runs on no hits. There's 1 error, 2 walks, and it's 5-2 going into the 7th. Or excuse me, bottom of the 6th.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley, and they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes, and you've just got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
The 50s produced some great sound. That early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The dental grill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist at Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza, Heber City.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Bottom of the 6th brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop, your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injuries. Proudly serving the Heber Valley for over 40 years. It'll be 9-1-2 up for the Was. It'll be Walker, Crew Erickson, and then Carter Bucad.
Well, Ty, at this point, the pressure is on Stansbury. They're playing with the deficit. They're the visiting team. 5-2 is your score. Wasatch has out-hit Stansbury 10-3 in this ball game. But if you're Wasatch, you sure would feel a lot more comfortable, wouldn't you, if you get a few more runs in this inning. Wasatch has had to change their entire left side of the infield. Bucad now pitching. Wilson over to short, which we've seen. He's played an excellent short this year. Gage Sheesh out at third. But just when you move to pieces that are not normally there, strange things can happen.
Walker's 2 for 2 so far today with a single and a double, an RBI and a run scored. Takes ball 1-0 the count. Frugel still on the mound for the Stallions. Working on the left-hand side. Looking over at the softball field, Ty. Softball does lose. So they will fall out of the state tournament. Got to give them a little bit of shout out, Ty. They had a rough start to the season. Were able to get some wins in region in order to qualify for the state tournament.
Yeah, I'm really impressed that they even qualified, Ty.
Yeah.
You're right. They started very, very slow. And a lot of toughness to battle back and become eligible for the state tournament.
3-0 the count. And that one misses as well. So 4 straight pitches and a walk. And Wasatch has the leadoff guy on with Crew Erickson, who doubled down the left field line and had an RBI in his last at bat. Interesting decision here from Coach.
Yeah, I don't think I'd bunt him, Ty. I know that's the normal decision, and I wouldn't fault Coach if he does it at all here. But I think this kid's he's throwing beach balls up there for these guys if he can get it over the plate.
The one thing with Crew is he's fast
speed.
and he's got a great drag bunt. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see a drag bunt.
Well,
here.
you just had 4 straight balls too, Ty, and I would argue a fake and take at minimum here.
That's true, yes. Runner on first, nobody out. Wasatch leading 5-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Frugel, the pitch. He does square for the drag, but oh my gosh.
Tyler, we got to get this game over with before I have a heart attack over here watching this umpire. This is the hardest game I've ever had to call to not lose it here on the broadcast.
And we do apologize. 0-1 the count. Does lay down the bunt. He does get it down. Runner will advance. Crew hustling down the line, and he gets punched out by a step. Good play there from the pitcher, and Wasatch has one away with a runner on second.
Yeah, that pitcher didn't know how fast Crew was, though, Ty. He was a little bit casual getting over to that ball. Good hustle. Now it's up to 2, 3, and 4, right? 2, 3, 4, get it done.
Yeah,
here
got Carter Bucad, Chett Wilson. Carter, walk, pop out, and a ground out. Trying to help himself out, who's in relief right now for the Was. Frugel, the pitch. And that one's going to be a ball. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, Carter can sure help his cause out here, Ty. It feels like with the top of the lineup coming up, extending to a 4 or 5 run lead would be a big deal.
Pitch, swing, big swing and a miss. Moves the count to 1-1.
At that point, if you can get to 4 or 5 runs, you've got to get through the lineup, essentially, if you're Stansbury. You've got to hit through in an inning, and that's just been hard for them to do in a game where they only have a couple hits.
It's a 1-1 count with Walker at second base. The pitch. It's a curveball. It's a high chopper up the middle. Walker will advance to third. Shortstop fields it cleanly, throws it across the diamond. 2 away with a runner on third. I tell you what, I wouldn't give this kid a pitch.
No, I'd probably just put him on if I'm Stansbury, Ty. I'd be stunned if they don't walk him here.
Now batting for Wasatch, the
3 for 3 on the day.
It's 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a home run. It's going to and Landon Carter on deck. Now they're going to see how many pitches he gets. That one.
Ty, they threw him one right down the heart.
Chett takes it for strike 1. 0-1 the count.
I bet he was a little surprised himself. But it looks like they're going to come after him.
Runner on third. Wasatch trying to get a little bit of insurance here. Already leading 5-2 with 2 outs. Another strike. Moves count to 0-2. 0-2 the count. 2-strike approach here. Wasatch needs a 2-out hit. The pitch. Gives him another one. That one maybe killed somebody.
Nearly got Craig Zimmerman over there, Ty, taking pictures.
That one was... It's jumping on him a little bit, the lefty. Fouls it off. It's going to be 0-2. Back at it. That one misses outside. 1-2 now the count.
Here we go, Chett.
Chett again, 3 for 3 today, or in this game. He's got 5 hits in the series, 2 RBIs, including a solo home run. The 1-2. Gets this one again, and it's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Second baseman fields it, throws it across the diamond. It's in time, and Wasatch goes scoreless in the bottom of the 6th. Well, it's 3 outs for Wasatch to advance. They lead 5-2 going into the 7th.
Gucci Goo Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger-licking ribs, poppin' andouille sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome, quick service for dine-in or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's Gucci Goo in Midway on Main Street.
You might be used to having someone ask you the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limiting. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process. And it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want?
Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City.
Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Guild Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 3274. All loans are subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the 7th, brought to you by Gravity Coalition, top of the 7th, brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shot. Well, Ty, paint it for us.
Here we are, 5-2, top of the 7th. You need 3 outs, but you're going through 3 of the best hitters in the state of Utah. You start out with Jones, who is sitting .429 coming into the series, and then you're going to have to go through Patch, who came in at .513. Ty, this is a tough task, but you are playing with a lead, and so you need to throw strikes. You don't give them free ones. You make them earn it through hits and get after these guys. Bucad is going to be on the mound.
Got the fly out to end the 6th inning. Stansbury had the bases loaded with 2 outs and got the pop out. See what Carter can do. Only his 2nd appearance of the season. Jones will step in. He's played a great shortstop today for Stansbury. That ball's going to get by Landon Carter for ball 1. Jones today popped out to the right fielder, a hit by pitch, and grounded out to the third baseman. Gage Sheesh at third. Chett Wilson at short. That one misses as well. Moves the count to 2-0. Ashton Gurney at second. Cole Zimmerman at first is your infield. Rain starts to fall a little bit here in the top of the 7th. Bucad working out of the windup. Goes upstairs and misses on that one, so that moves the count to 3-0. Well, Carter went 3-1 and got the out. See if he can make something happen here. The 3-0. Does get the strike call there. Moves the count to 3-1. If you're Stansbury, I think I'd take until you get a strike with the way the inconsistency of the zone's been. The 3-1. That one swung on. It's roped to the left center field gap. This is going to be extra bases for Jones. Jones rounding first. He'll get into second base easily. So a leadoff double here for Stansbury. Brings up the number 2 hitter, Patch, who's been the best hitter for Stansbury today. He's got 1 hit today, lined out to the center fielder.
Well, you didn't think they were going to go away, did you, Ty?
Of course not.
Number 7.
Playoff baseball. Drama all the time.
Wasatch still with the 3-run lead, so it's going to take quite a few of those gap shots in order to get a run or get this thing done. But Stansbury starts out with what they need to. And that's a runner on second with nobody out. Bucad a couple looks, working out of the stretch for the first time today. Misses low. That one gets away a little bit from Carter, but Jones will stay at second.
Go, Boo Boo! Go, Carter!
Walker in right, Crew Erickson in center, and Tragan Shaw in left. That one should be in there for a strike, and it is. 1-1 now the count.
So it looks like Stansbury's doing what you're talking about, Tyler, taking until they get a strike. Now Patch is probably ready to go to work here.
Patch has been good. Gurney playing deep in the 3-4 hole. Gets him to swing at an off-speed pitch, foul. 1-2 now the count.
Well, that's the first time he's shown that one, Tyler, and it was a good one. Did try to come out with that on the first pitch, but obviously first time through the lineup here for Carter. These guys have not seen the breaking pitch yet, and that was the first time Patch got eyes on it.
1-2 the count. Leadoff guy on with the double. Wasatch trying to get 3 outs, leading 5-2 here in the top of the 7th. Wilson trying to keep the runner close. The pitch misses high and outside. 2-2 now the count.
Go, Carter!
Walker playing shaded over to the right field line. Crew Erickson playing straight up. Tragan Shaw playing straight up and left. It's a 2-2 count with nobody out. Bucad sets, looks, takes the second look. Now delivers. And he calls a strike 3 on a ball in the dirt. And that'll be strikeout number 1 for Card Bucad and 1 out here in the top of the
I just can't. I mean, that's on our favor, but that you just cannot ring that kid up on that pitch, Tyler. That's not even close to a strike. And the Stansbury coaches are letting the umpire hear it, and I don't blame them, Ty. If I were coaching this game, I'd probably have been thrown in the bus about 3 innings ago. But Carter taking advantage of the strike zone, Tyler, putting it in a spot where the umpire will give it to him.
Going to bring up Bracken Matthews. Looks like he's standing on the plate, Ty. Number 3 hitter gets his strike on the inside part of the plate. Good job there from Bucad. Gets up 0-1. It's gotten to the point where both teams' fans are calling, saying good job on every pitch, trying to just get him to call a strike. The 0-1. That one in the dirt again, gets away from Carter. Runner will advance to third.
Almost better.
No harm done.
Just don't worry about that kid at third base right now. You're taking outs.
Run doesn't matter, so you can play still deep at third.
And that's why that was such a big call on Patch, Tyler, is he's one of the three-headed monsters that you're bringing up.
It's a 1-1 count now here to Matthews with the guy on third. The pitch. That one's in the dirt again, misses, so that brings the count to 2-1. Good job from Landon Carter. He's got a good series, keeping it in front of him there. 2-1. Matthews back in the box on the right-hand side. Bucad goes back to the windup with a runner on third. Gets a ground ball. It's going to be up the middle for a base knock. Gurney was playing way over into the hole in the 3-4. And that's going to be another base knock, and a run comes in. So the tying run now comes to the plate. And that'll be Ethan Wayman, the hero from Game 1 for Stansbury. Complete game shutout.
Now batting for the Stallions, center fielder number 8.
5-3 the score. Again, it's a little bit of a drizzle, and Coach Jacobson wants to talk things over with the umpire, or with his team. And before he crosses he wants to know if he can come out without making a pitching change. Changes his mind and we'll reset. So we have 1 out. Tying run at the plate is Wayman, the number 4 hitter for Stansbury. He's got 13 extra base hits and 1 home run on the year. We've already seen 1 ball leave the park today. That was a solo home run from Chett Wilson. A home run now would tie the game at 5. Carter Bucad trying. I think they just put a coach in timeout, Ty. I think is what I just heard, that he's banned to the dugout. You know a little bit about that from your coaching days.
I've been there twice.
Which is funny because it's not supposed to happen to an assistant coach. It's supposed to be the head coach. Bucad working back out of the windup, the stretch. It's just baffling, Ty. He gets a strike in the dirt, and then he puts a nice pitch right there and doesn't get the called strike. It's guessing mode right now. Hopefully Wasatch can get out of this thing. It's a 5-3 lead for the Wasps. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 away. Gurney still playing way over in the 3-4 hole. The pitch. That one's in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. 1-1, Wasatch just needing a ground ball. Maybe turn a double play. Again, Gurney, though, playing way in the hole on the right-hand side. The 1-1. This one's going to be roped to left field. They're not getting to that one, Ty. This one's going to be a base knock. It's fair. Extra bases once again. Runner's going to advance to third, and the tying run is now at second base after the 1-out double. It's runners on second and third. Wasatch still leads 5-3.
Coach Jacobson's going to make the change here, Ty. See who it goes with. You've got Crew, who's got some extra pitches. Got Gage that you can come back to as well.
Zimmerman hasn't thrown in the series. You could go Zim.
Carter's likely going to go back to short, I would imagine.
So let's see who they're going to go with. He give the ball to Gage. So he's going to go to Gage. Tying run is at second base. Well, it wouldn't be without a little bit of drama as Stansbury goes double, strikeout, single, double, and it's a 5-3 game with runners on second and third. We'll be back.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring, and if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Heber City Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed, conveniently located, free shuttle service, and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S. Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Pitching change brought to you by Tony's Tacos, best tacos in town, but that's not all they have. Stop in for their burritos, flautas, tortas, and chili rellenos right there at their location on Main Street. Have proudly been in business since 2001. Well, let's paint the picture. Wasatch had a 3-run lead coming into the 7th. It's now a 2-run lead. It's a 5-3 game with runners on second and third, only one out, and Wasatch is going to turn to Gage Sheesh, who is the Game 1 winner. See if he can close out this one as well. Which matches their total for the game.
And I love what they're doing, Tyler. The zone's been a mystery, as you and I have well documented, but they don't care. They're hitting balls in the gap, right? I mean, these guys are getting hits. They're not getting on from freebies, and you tip your cap to them. They played well.
Gage goes back into the windup with runners on second and third. Coming in for his second appearance of the day. Curveball. Gosh, ball 1. 1-0 the count. That was a strike. 1-1 the count.
Just gotta work the bottom of the zone, Tyler. It's been clear all game long. That's where this umpire is going to call it. Get down in the bottom of the zone. It's a little tougher with runners on second and third, though, because you don't want to pass ball.
The 1-1 goes back inside. Did that get him? Just missed him for ball 2. 2-1 now the count.
Just missed him, but also just missed the strike, I think, Ty. That one broke hard.
It's a 2-1 count. Wasatch holding on to the 2-run lead. Swing and a miss in the bottom of the zone. Moves the count to 2-2. It's a good spot. That's the spot you got to hit. It's a 2-2 count now. Strikeout would be big right here for Wasatch. Nakin back into the box. He's 0 for 2 today, but does have 2 RBIs. The 2-2. Gets a rope, and that's going to do it, Ty. That's going to tie the game up at 5-5. Walker fields it cleanly. He's going to throw it in, and we've got ourselves a tie ball game. 5-5 on the 2 RBI single from Nakin. That brings up the catcher, Landon Palmer, with the go-ahead run on first base. Wasatch is the home team, and so they'll have their last ups. But a good job here from Stansbury, not going away. They were down 3, and they get 3 on 4 hits. And we'll say a questionable strikeout. Without that strikeout, Ty, this could be a little bit more in danger for Wasatch giving up the lead.
Yeah, that's, to put it mildly, a questionable strikeout.
Palmer reached on an error in his last at bat. He's 0 for 8 in the series, but did have a sacrifice fly RBI. Gage working out of the stretch, trying to keep this one at a tie ball game and give Wasatch a chance to walk it off in the 7th. Gage sets again, now delivers. That one's a curve ball for ball 1.
This poor umpire's made the crowd a mess at this point, too, Tyler.
He's done it to himself. 0-1 the count.
Got to get some outs. Got to get some outs somehow.
Gets the foul ball. 1-1 now the count. Catcher, only a sophomore, has had a great series behind the dish. Yet to have a hit, but he's been competitive in every at-bat. 5-5 the score. Stansbury puts 3 across here in the top of the 7th and still has some work to do. Does he get the outside corner? Nope, misses, and that's going to move the count to 2-1.
Yeah, that one's just a little bit off the plate there, Ty. A bit outside.
What's happened is there's a little bit of a shift. Seems like Wasatch is focusing a lot on the strike zone, myself included, falling into the trap. Need to get refocused and just get a ground ball here. 2-1 the count. Gets the ground ball tight. It's a ground ball to Bucad. Bucad flips it to Gurney. Gurney to first. Is it in time? No, not in time. So gets the leadoff guy at second, but the guy behind him is safe. So 2 away with still a runner on first.
It's as good as you can do, though, if you're Bucad and Gurney, Tyler. Really hustling on the slow hopper. Gave themselves every chance they could. Great turn from Ashton. Tyler got it out of the hands quickly. Threw a good dart over there. Just good speed down the line from Palmer to extend the inning.
So it'll be a new pitcher for Stansbury. They're going to reinsert number 31, Bastion. So it'll be interesting to see who they go to in that last inning, Ty. Frugal had done a good job of giving Wasatch some fits. They're going to have to go to a different pitcher here. Frugal, a 2 RBI double in Game 2 of the series.
Well, they could always go back to this kid if they really wanted
That's
to,
true.
Ty.
They could do that. 1-0 the count. In fact, why don't you go suggest that, Ty?
I don't think they will. They've got one more that they seem to use quite often over the course of the year.
The 1-0, this one's elevated to left field. It's to the left center field gap. Tragan-Shaw is going to call everybody off. And Wasatch will come up tied 5-5 with a chance to walk this thing off in the bottom of the 7th. We've got another good one for you here on 94.5 The Peak.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank.
Napa know-how.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City. Stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Was Sports.
Napa know-how.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Wasn't this game. Bottom of the 7th, Wasatch tied 5-5. This is the Mirror Lake Station, bottom of the 7th. Mirror Lake Station voted best donuts in Utah. Stop on in and say hello today at Mirror Lake Station. On the mound will be Bryant.
Ty, our stat man asked us, Brad James, when the governor actually said that. It was in a Twitter poll, and you know Governor Cox loves Twitter, and they asked where were the best donuts in Utah, and he chimed in and said Mirror Lake Station. So that's where it was found there.
So, Ty, I don't have Brian down for any pitching appearances varsity-wise this year. It'll be Landon Carter, Cole Zimmerman, and Tragan Shaw.
He's going to do his best Ashton Gurney impression here, huh, Ty? Gurney last year at Cottonwood, remember that was his first pitching of the season as well. Came in as an underclassman, got the extra inning win.
Wasatch had a 3-run lead going into the 7th, gave up 3, so it's 5-5 as we go into the bottom of the 7th. Wasatch looking to walk this thing off. It'll be the sophomore Landon Carter to lead it off. First pitch, misses outside for ball 1. Bryan into the windup. The pitch misses upstairs. That'll be ball 2. 2-0 the count. The 2-0. Takes a strike, and that'll be 2-1 now the count. Good take there from Landon. Down 2-0. Pitch was a little bit outside. Now goes to a 2-1. Goes to the curveball and gets him to pop it up to the first baseman. And first baseman goes over and makes the grab. One away here in the the bottom of the 7th. Now I'll bring up Cole Zimmerman. He's got 2 singles, 4 hits in the series, 2 singles in this game today.
27, Cole Zimmerman.
Just a thumber, Ty. Not a lot of velocity. He's going to try to just keep Wasatch on their front foot. Got to be disciplined and stay back and think of the middle. Stansbury with some momentum after that 3-run top of the 7th. Goes inside, gets the called strike. 0-1 now the count. Goes outside. Nice inside-outside action, and that's going to be 0-2 to Cole Zimmerman. Right fielder playing on the warning track. He's already caught one there from Zimmerman in the game today. The 0-2, and the umpire does reward Zimmerman a timeout, even though it looked like the pitcher was into his windup. It's an 0-2 count. Wasatch tied 5-5. And he hits the spot again, but it's too far outside that time. Moves the count to 1-2.
Really good spot. Really good spot. He got the outside breaking pitch earlier in this one. It was outside. They tried to go about 3 or 4 more inches out. Good spot.
1-2. He's going to ring him up on that one. That's a backdoor curveball. Strike 3. 2 away. So Wasatch, after giving up 3 runs in the top of the 7th, have a pop out to the first baseman and a strikeout looking. It's going to bring up Tragan Shaw. Tragan Shaw hitless in the series. 0 for 7. It's ground out to the second baseman and popped out on a bunt. He'll take that one outside for ball 1. Gage Sheesh on deck. He's got 2 hits in the game today. Wasatch just needs 1 to walk it off, but they're down to their final out. That one misses outside as well. 2-0 now the count.
Well, I think if Tragan can find a way on, Ty, expect some motion from him to see if you can get him to second base. Still a way to walk this one off.
The 2-0. Goes inside, misses inside, though it's now a 3-0 count. Sheesh and then Ashton Gurney. And then Max Walker, and Walker's been really good in that 9 spot. The 3-0. And misses outside again. Ball 4, so now Wasatch has their winning run on first base and bring up Gage Sheesh, who doubled, RBI'd, and then singled in his second at-bat, did strike out in his third at-bat. He's got 3 hits today and is 3 for 8 in the series. Tragan Shaw, some good speed over at first base. Bryant comes set. Delivers, misses high. Oh, called it a strike. Excuse me. 0-1 now the count. Goes with the curveball, and that's in there for a strike as well. Moves the count to 0-2.
That's a good pitch. And what he's doing good, Ty, his rhythm. Tragan's not able to even get a good lead out here to even think about getting a jump before the pitchers come set.
0-2 the count. Tragan, not a big lead at first. The pitch misses outside. 1-2 now the count.
Here you go, Gage. You're a hitter.
I think he's going to get one here, Ty. Don't see if he can go the other way. Big right center field gap, but the right outfield is playing deep. The 1-2 goes with the curveball. It's elevated to shallow right field. Right fielder's going to have to come up and make the play. Working on the sun and does it. And we're going to extra innings. 5-5 the score as we go into the top of the 8th.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Back Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey Hirst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Back Flooring and Paints.
Hi, this is Audra with Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Caring Community Coalition. Did you know when kids feel close to their parents, they are more likely to listen to them when they set clear boundaries about alcohol and drugs? Doing things with your children they are interested in and taking time to talk with them about their day will help create strong bonds. A great goal is to spend at least 15 minutes a day of one-on-one time with each child. All kids need a parent's help to stay drug and alcohol free. To learn more, visit our Facebook page, the Caring Community Coalition of Wasatch County.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Extra inning action brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialist. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100% from all injuries. Well, Wasatch is 2-0 in extra inning games this year. They got an extra inning win over Woods Cross down in the Snow Canyon Invitational, and an extra inning win over Maple Mountain, right? Maple Mountain extra inning win just last week. It'll be Stansbury's 8-9-1. In fact, both teams will go 8-9-1 here in the 8th. Gage Sheesh still on the mound for the Wasps, trying to close out both games. He'll miss with ball 1.
Yeah, it's pitch 78 on the day for Gage. So he's got about 32 left.
Misses upstairs, moves the count to 2-0. Stansbury with the momentum, having scored 3 runs in the 7th, 2 runs in the 1st. So they've scored in the 1st and the 7th, and that'll be it. Called strike at the belt, moves the count to 2-1.
Tell you what, Stansbury's done well, Ty. In the bottom of the 7th, their pitcher just came out and challenged it, and he just established the bottom of the zone. He was around the plate the whole time, and he didn't really leave it up to the umpire to make questionable calls or not. He just challenged the Wasatch hitters. It's not the case right now. Gage's pitches are really not that close here that he's missing to go 3-1.
3-1. Does he get the strike call? No, he doesn't. That's going to be ball 4. So, leadoff guy's on with a walk.
Ty, he's called that one a strike plenty times today. I can't help but wonder if he let the batter call that ball for him. The batter took off before he ever signaled and was off to first base.
So leading run at first now for the number 3 hitter, Jones. Jones on the day today, 0 for 3 with a ground out, strikeout, fly out. I'm assuming a bunt here is coming. No, we're going to go ahead and let him. Actually, I think they're just going to take till they get a strike. That's going to be ball 1. The count. Sheesh on the mound, working out of the stretch. Wasatch tied 5-5. That one's in there for a strike. Moves the count to 1-1.
Here we go, Gage. Let's go, Wasatch. Roll it up.
Wasatch with a tie ball game with a runner on first for Stansbury with nobody out here in the top of the 8th. And now a bunt. It's a good one. It's to Chett. Chett fields it cleanly, throws it across the diamond, is out at first base, does advance the leading run to second. 1 away with the top of the order coming up. Good execution all around. You got a good sacrifice bunt offensively and a good play from Chett Wilson at third.
Number 3, Trent Jones.
Well, Trent Jones got the big inning going, Ty. He's doubled to get the inning going. They tied the game in the top of the 7th. Wasatch was down to 3 outs. All they needed was to hold Stansbury to under 3. Instead, they gave up a 3 spot, and now we're into the top of the 8th. 5-5 the score, with arguably the best hitter and player. Pickoff move, and
stepped off the rubber.
Did he step off the rubber?
Well, the umpires are going to say so. You got 3 of them out there.
Interesting. Cooper Thacker warming up once again out in the bullpen. Seen him out there numerous times. Gurney still playing deep in the hole in the 3-4 spot. That one's in there for a strike. Nice off-speed pitch there from Gage. 0-1 the count with 1 out. Gage comes set. Trying to keep the runner close at second base. The 0-1. Misses outside. 1-1 now the count.
Gage doesn't have much to work with here, Ty. Wasatch really needs to get something going here quickly. He's got 21 pitches left to his max today.
The 1-1. Does he get the outside corner? Doesn't get the outside corner. Moves the count to 2-1. Two-1 the count. 1 away with a runner on second. Representing the leading run, Wasatch will have their last at bats. The score 5-5. Wasatch not able to walk it off in the bottom of the 7th. 2-1 the count. Gage, couple of looks, delivers. Goes inside, misses inside. 3-1 now the count.
He just feels like he's pressing so much to me, Tyler, with the zone. It feels like Wasatch is overthinking it a little bit. Just need to get that ball down in the bottom half of the plate. Trust your defense.
Quick look, delivers it to 3-1. It's a ground ball to Bucad. Bucad will field it cleanly, throws it across the diamond, gets the out. The runner will advance to third base. So 2 outs and a runner on third for X-Patch.
I'd be tempted to walk this kid.
Well, Bracken Matthews singled in his last at bat and ended up scoring.
It's tough. The next three are tough. You're going to have to get a good hitter out one way or the other, Ty, but this is probably the best of their hitters.
Gage is going to go back to working out of the windup with the runner on third. Misses upstairs for ball one.
Well, you gotta be good. No wild pitches, no balls in the dirt that get away from Landon here.
Go, Gage.
Wasatch again 2-0 in extra inning games this season. They're in extra innings again. 5-5 the score. Runner on third, representing the leading run, and that one's in there for a strike. Moves the count to 1-1.
That's how we should have been doing this inning the whole way, because they're clearly taking till they get a strike, Tyler. I think Patch wanted to get after that ball. I wouldn't come back with that same fastball.
1-1, tries to get the bottom of the zone, and he gets the called strike.
Yes, sir.
1-2 the count, now to Patch.
Brought it down and in the bottom of the zone. Remember, he got struck out on a terrible call last time, Ty.
1-2 the count. Wasatch faithful are on their feet. Wasatch trying to get out of the top of the eighth. The 1-2. Does he get the outside corner? No, he doesn't. 2-2 now the count. Deuces.
Not a bad spot. Not a bad spot, Ty.
Deuces, 2-2 the count with two away, and again the leading run on third for the Stallions. Gage, the windup, the pitch. Swung on, it's a lazy fly ball, gets over Gurney's head, and Stansbury takes the lead, 6-5.
That's a metal bat single, Tyler, is what that is. No way that ball's getting over the second baseman's head if you're hitting with a wood bat.
It's a great pitch from Gage, and Patch figures out a way to muscle it over second baseman's head.
Now batting for the Stallions, right fielder.
He'll bring up Bracken Matthews. Singled and scored in that inning that tied up the ball game, and now Wasatch will have some work to do in the bottom of the seventh. Score 6-5 as Stansbury comes roaring back after being down 5-2, and they were down to their final out. Matthews right on the plate. Gage has to go back to working out of the stretch. Misses upstairs for ball one. Umpire's going to go ahead and put a little bit of an inside their line, and I agree, Ty. I mean, he was on the plate. 1-0 the count. Misses upstairs again, moves the count to 2-0. Pitches close to 97 now for Sheesh.
Yeah, he can go to 44 in this game, Ty.
2-0. Does he get the inside corner? He does get the inside corner. Moves the count to 2-1.
And I do believe the way the rule is written, he can still finish over 110 since it's the same day. But 44 is the mark for Gage.
2-1 the count. We've been on since 1 o'clock. Wasatch wins game 2 in dramatic fashion, scoring 2 in the top of the 7th. Now trying to keep this one at a one-run game in the top of the 8th. Curveball. That one's got to be a strike. 2-2 now the count. Nice pitch there from Gage. Back to deuces. Stansbury produced with a 2-2 count to get in the game-leading run. See if Wasatch can get out of it with just one. 2-2 the count. Wasatch has 8-9-1 coming up in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch goes back to the curveball. Good piece of protective hitting there from Matthews, and we'll reset at 2-2. Matthews back in the box. Creeps up on the plate once again. Sheesh. Sets. Delivers the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Wasatch gets the strikeout, but they trail by 1. They're going to need to produce 1 to extend this thing, and then see if they can produce 2 to win. It's 6-5 as we go into the bottom of the 8th.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah, where we provide financial services to businesses and individuals in our community, and we are proud to support Wasatch High School. As one of the nation's top performing banks, we've been delivering exceptional value for over 70 years. So whether you're looking to grow a business or raise a family, we can help you every step of the way because your Utah is our Utah. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience the hands-on customer service that only comes from a hometown bank. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the the eighth, brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop, your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injuries. Have been in business for 40 years.
Well, this is your same scenario they had against Maple Mountain. Ty gave up 1 in extra innings, and then they came and got 2 in the bottom of that inning to get the walk-off win. See if they got just a little more magic in that bottle.
It'll be Gurney, Walker, and Erickson. Gurney's going to swing at the first pitch, lines it out to the second baseman. Wasatch down to their final 2 outs. Walker, it's been good. 2 for 2 with a walk, an RBI, and a run scored in the game today.
Got to pause while the umpire asks Carter Bucad to get in the dugout. Even though he's the hitter in the hole, and he's about a foot outside of the dugout.
Got a non-player out of the dugout over on the Stansbury side. Ball 1 here to Walker. He's been hot today. See if he can produce more magic. He's got 2 doubles between games 2 and 3. Wasatch down by 1 away. Goes with the off speed. That one goes outside for ball 2. 2-0 now the count. Crew Erickson, top of the order, on deck. The 2-0. Big swing and a miss. Moves the count to 2-1. Walker, last single, was right down the right field line. He's also had a couple of doubles to the left center field gap. The 2-1. Misses outside again. Moves the count to 3-1.
Good job, Max. Here you go. Bring it in. You got it. You go at it, kid. You got it. Let's go.
Good time to be nice and picky if you're Max here, Ty. 1 pitch, 1 spot.
The 3-1. And he gets that 1 pitch, 1 spot, but can't get on time. It'll be a pop-up to the first baseman. Wasatch has 2 away. They're down to their final out as the top of the order comes up. Crew Erickson popped out at center fielder twice, then dumbled down the left field line and had a sacrifice bunt in his last at bat.
That was a good pitch to get after. Ty was just not on time. Couldn't get the bat head around in time to square it up.
Well, Crew, best average guy on the team. We'll see what he can do with 2 outs. He'll take ball 1, 1-0 the count. The 1-0. He swings at this one. It's a roll over to the shortstop. Shortstop bobbles it. He's made every play today, and he boots that one, and Wasatch stays alive as Crew Erickson, representing the tying run, reaches first.
You said it, Ty. That kid has been so good all 3 games. And I do think the speed of Crew got him there, Ty. I think he knew he had to hurry with the leadoff man coming. I think he took his eye off it for just a moment as the ball arrived at him.
We'll bring up Carter Bucad with the tying run at first base. Wasatch down to their final out. There's 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch. That one misses, low and outside for ball 1. Bucad back into it. A 1-0 count. 2 away. Crew, good speed at first base. The pitch. Swings, and that goes right off of the face of the umpire. Goes all the way to the backstop. 1-1 now the count.
Yeah, that one got him square. Might want to take an extra minute here for him.
A little pause in the action brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. His crew wants to come talk to him. He's just wearing the mask. He's not wearing a helmet, and he kind of turned his head, Ty. I was a little worried about it catching it on the side of the head. 1-1 the count, 2 away for Carter Bucad. Crew Erickson, not a big lead over at first. Now takes another half a step. The 1-1. Curveball swung on and fouled off, and Wasatch is down to their final strike. It's a 1-2 count with 2 away.
That's really a pretty good pitch here from Bryant, Ty. No stats on the year pitching coming into this varsity-wise. But he's shown some pretty good stuff. Some guts out here on the mound in the 7th and the 8th inning.
1-2. 2 away. The stretch, the pitch, misses outside. 2-2 now the count.
Just got to find a way if you're Carter. Find a way to get on here. Doesn't matter how it is. Just got to get to first base.
It's going to be deuces. Bryant comes set. The 2-2. Misses outside, and we've got ourselves a full count. Crew will have a head start. Full count, 2 outs. Carter Bucad at the box.
I'm pretty sure you rang Carter up on that one in about the 2nd or 3rd inning, Ty.
Bucad back in the box. The full count. Crew will go. The pitch. Swung on and missed, and Stansbury comes back from 5-2 down, and they'll advance to the 2nd round. Wasatch loses 6-5. We'll go ahead and take a break and be back with your last Timberline Ace Hardware postgame show of the season.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley, and they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes, and you've just got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
A heartbreaker for the Wasatch Wasps, and that will end the 2023 season. Wasatch falls 6-5 in the 8th inning. Your Timberline Ace Hardware postgame show. Visit us right here in Heber City for all your hardware needs. Come in to get your car hardware, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans at 737 South Main Street behind Panda Express, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years. Ty, go to our Gordon Law Group. How did we get here?
Well, I want to keep it simple, Ty. Wasatch really played well today. Blake Sweat pitched one heck of a game. Stansbury ended up getting 2 runs in the first off of a sun ball, and wouldn't you know it, that really is the difference in the game, Tyler. If Wasatch doesn't have that, you shorten that inning. Blake Sweat's got more pitches. Stansbury really was struggling to hit Blake. As it was, he had to extend the inning a little bit, and here's how it went from there. Stansbury got up 2-0. Wasatch responded, got one in the bottom of the 2nd, and then one in the bottom of the 3rd on a Chett Wilson solo home run. Tied it up 2-2. I'm going to put this nice and simple. Sweat put zeros on the board for the rest of the game as he was in. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th inning, Stansbury didn't score a single run. In fact, they only had 2 hits off of him all day long. He was so good, but he ran out of pitches, Tyler. Had a couple hit by pitches, a couple base on balls, and Wasatch had to make a move in the bottom of the 6th inning. Carter Bucad came in, got out of a jam in that one, did a nice job, and they took a 5-2 lead into the 7th. But Stansbury was able to get 3 out of their first 4 guys on with good, solid hits. They weren't cheap ones, and they were able to push those 3 across, force extra innings. Wasatch didn't get any in the extra inning game, and Stansbury unfortunately got 1, Tyler, on just a little bleeder single, and that's all it took, a single that scored a run, and Stansbury walks away with this 6-5 and ends really an era, Tyler. This group of seniors, seen a couple of them that have been starting for 3 years for Wasatch. The majority of them have been starting for multiple years, and it's really sad to see this one come to a close.
That was your Gordon Law Group game recap. The Gordon Law Group is your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that. With this being our final baseball broadcast, let's go ahead and hand out some Ty's trophies for the season. Ty, and I'm going to throw it over to you for our Bank of Utah Hitter of the Year.
Easy. Chett Wilson was outstanding, Tyler, on the season. Hit over 450 on the year, had a couple home runs. He was just a dynamic hitter all the way around, so Chett Wilson's going to be my standout hitter.
I'll take the standout hitter for me will be Crew Erickson to add on to that. Also hit around 450 on the year, over 10 double-digit extra base hits, and was really good in this game today. Let's go ahead and jump over to our Defensive Players of the Year, brought to you by UCCU.
Well, Ty, it's interesting looking around the diamond of some standout players, but for me, probably the most consistent guy is Cole Zimmerman over at first base. I really thought Zimmy had a great year there at first base. Every player had their moments where they shined, but defensively. But didn't you feel like Cole was just your most consistent guy out there all year long? You kind of had some moments, and this is natural, it's baseball, but you had some moments at third base where you struggled with some errors. You had some moments at shortstop. You had some moments at second base in the outfield, Ty. But you never had issues with Cole Zimmerman at first base. To me, he's going to get the nod as the defensive standout for the Wasps.
I'll throw out Carter Bucad. I thought Bucad was excellent at shortstop, and then I'm going to give a shout-out to Max Walkder. Just lights out all year round on the mound, was really good. I'm going to give a shout-out to Max Walkder. Lastly, Ty, what's a moment or a play that stands out as your Good Spa Day play of the year?
Oh, Ty, there's been some fun moments. I always love a good walk-off. So that Maple Mountain series where you're fighting for your life and they get that extra inning walk-off with Carter Bucad tying it up with 2 outs and Landon Carter getting the game-winning hit. To me, that was the peak moment of the season. But you can't ignore this day. This was good baseball out here. They played very well. It just stings that it didn't end how you wanted. Probably that Maple Mountain walk-off is the one I'm going to go with.
Yeah, that's a good one for that. Good Spa Day is your favorite hometown place to relax and unwind, offering massage, skin care, and nail care, and unique relaxing spa packages. Pick a Good Spa Day to be your spa. We'll sign off for the final time for baseball, but we'll be back on the air on Thursday as Wasatch Lacrosse will start their state tournament run in the second round after receiving a bye. Time still be determined with graduation on that day as well. We want to thank you for listening this baseball season to 94.5 The Peak.